Hey everybody, welcome to another DSP video. Surprise, surprise. DSP had quite the crash out over Marvel Tokon. As I said, I ended up caving and I got the game for myself. Literally, because I think Magic is like a really cool design character. I think she's like the coolest character in the game. Yeah, I said it. So that's why I ended up getting it. The game is kind of fun. I played one of the previous betas, not the one last week or whatever. It was like, I think the one before that. I think. I think it was either the first wave or second wave. I want to say. And I didn't really like care when I played the beta. It's like it's whatever. But then I played the final game, and I actually kind of liked it a little bit more. I have other issues with the game, but you know, it is what it is. It's still not my kind of fighter. I don't like assist games like this. Usually. But the game is kind of fun. Anyways, enough about my opinion on the game. We're here to listen to DSP's opinion on the game. Now, this is the night stream. I was debating, like, finding the first stream, but I don't think there was anything much to find, you know? I may, like, load it up. I do have the, archive of it, because I think there's some stuff I want to hear about, you know, between that and the card pack that I want to kind of, like, listen to, but I'll play it by ear, right? I'll, go by the vibe of the video, because this is the main reason I wanted to do this video, which is very ironic because I uploaded a video kind of like talking about how DSP is tries so hard to gatekeep the FGC, even though he's not part of the FGC as much as he tells us, but he still like judges people who are new, young, whatever, kind of the same way that the card community is treating him, and the hypocrisy with that. And through that, there was a lot of FGC talk, which is very funny. And we get that again in this video. So let's just get started. This is probably gonna talk about his opinion on the game and all that kind of stuff. I kind of want to go through the gradual changes of behavior because it's fun.
Got harder. We started off at level 1 and 2 difficulty for Doom, so you had a chance to learn the moves and everything. In this one, they're like, oh, here, you're Loki. By the way, level 4 difficulty, you have no idea what you're doing. What?
You can lower the difficulty. Like, when you die, when you, like, lose a fight or die or whatever, the game does ask you, do you want to retry? Do you want to lower the difficulty and retry? Like, they do give you that option. But I understand with DSP reading is kind of challenging, but I also think he probably doesn't want to do that because, you know, sometimes games lock things out when you do that, and he probably doesn't want that to happen, you know what I'm saying? But it also doesn't matter. Like, he's not playing for the challenge, he's playing to learn the game and to experience the story, so, you know.
What? So you're gonna kick my ass? Like, obviously I'm going to lose. I'm not gonna know what the heck's going on, right? So I will say, maybe what they should have done is you get an easy fight with each of the characters first just to learn the stuff, and then it gets serious. But outside of that, the art is great. It's actually written by real comic book writers, as you can see.
How does he know?
You know, the art.
I've been thinking about this. I mean, I'm sure it is. So I'm not gonna necessarily say he's wrong. But how would he know that? He hasn't read a comic in, like, decades. Like, come on. Let's be real here.
Art and story, outstanding. The gameplay is interesting. Like, as a single-player game, it's sound. If each one of these is 2 hours, now Doom was like an hour.
I know there's, like, an constant? What the fuck was I trying to say? Constant. I combined honest and constant. I think that's what happened. But a constant debacle with DSP is the offline modes. And I understand, like, a lot of people just want to see the multiplayer, especially in fighting games. Not everyone, like, wants to sit and watch the story and all this stuff. But like, I do think like he does have a point in learning. The thing I kind of run into with DSP, and it's really a problem on his part. As much as he will not admit, he's just not entertaining. Like, I mean, Maximilian did character trials. He does a story, this, that. Now, of course, you could argue he is a bigger YouTuber than Phil. So, like, whatever. But I just think there are also probably people in Max's stream chat that would want to see multiplayer and all this stuff. The other thing is Maximilian streams longer than, like, the stream he did was 11 hours. Now, he streamed this 2 times, and I want to say just purely on gameplay, he did like 2 hours, I want to say, in the day stream and 2 hours at night. That's 4 hours. Now, he always hides behind, I wanna be with my wife! As if, like, she's gonna die any day now. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, there are a lot of people who are married, they have kids, and all of that, and they make the time to be with them and to be at work, right? Like, again, like it's like he again, as I said like 1,000 bazillion infinite times, and I'll say it probably until he fucking stops streaming. But he operates on sitcom logic, where you watch an episode where the husband, the father, whatever. Oh man, he's overworking. He is like working like a workaholic, and his family is being ignored, and it is creating problems. And then he learns at the end of the episode that really he needs to stop working as much and spend some time with his family. Like, he thinks that the message of the story is to spend more time with his family and not like be die hard for his business. But the actual lesson, if you have a brain, I mean, anyone can think this. I mean, everyone is smart, so except for Phil. Phil is the outlier here. But the actual lesson is to have a better balance in the sense of like, hey, I can work a lot, but I should not do it at the detriment of my family. Like, if my family wants me to be somewhere, I should make time for that. Whatever. But I could also spend like, X amount of time at work. It's just, you should not be ignoring your family, this and that. Now, I'd argue DSP probably sees himself as a dude that's very receptive of his family, but I don't think he is, and I don't think he's negligent either. Like, I mean, a lot of people would want to throw that at him because of the cat and all this other stuff, but I think there's a lot of like stuff going on as well. So I'm not gonna really like get that deep in the weeds of it. I just think he is purely a frictionless guy that wants to do the least challenging thing ever, which is like, I just want to stream for 4 hours, get paid $150 or whatever, and then like eat food, stream for 2 hours, sit down, watch TV, like that kind of shit. Like, he just wants that safe routine. And not just like, hey, maybe today I'm gonna stream for like 6 hours in one day. Maybe I'm gonna do this. It's always in marathons. Like, he kind of runs his streams like a network television channel, and very rigidly. And then like he does all this nonsense. Again, like, he can be more liquid with his stream and all this other stuff. Like, that's what kind of makes him boring. Like, that's why I think when he does offline stuff like character trials, this stuff, like, it just takes so much time that people are just gonna be like, are gonna tune out. Instead of like, maybe I should stream longer and then do like an hour of like offline stuff, and then like for 6 hours I'm doing online or whatever, instead of like 1 hour of offline. And that's being generous, by the way. 1 hour of online. Like, he does it in such rigid like things where it's like, oh, I'm doing let's say he's done with the offline mode and he's doing purely online. He would do like 1 hour of the X-Men team, then the second hour of the Doctor Doom team or whatever. Like that's what he would do. And that's not like enjoyable to watch a stream that's that like regimented and this and that, which is why people leave archives of their stream up, because it's like, yeah, you can just go to the part you want to see and then just scrub the video that way instead of like waiting for individual videos to process and this and that, and it'll be more efficient to do that. But he thinks that it is that the YouTube viewer is so stupid. They'll see like this 2 hour VOD and be like, what do I do? Oh my god, I don't know what to do, guys. Guys, it's a 2 hour video. I don't know what to do, even though I was able to like scrub through it to get to this part. So like I understand that people like just want online and he needs to learn the game, but he's not entertaining. He has no talent. And the commentary is just okay. And then also like there hasn't been a case where you feel like he learned something offline and then he applied it online. Like I can't recall that ever happening. Uh but anyways, let's continue. I feel like I'm going to repeat this anyway in this video, so
or 15. But if each one of these is around 2 hours, then that's pretty good single player content for a fighting game. Like, you wouldn't even expect that, right? I mean, it's pretty crazy. So for those who did, like, I know Jade and King Michael and a few others were very nice and were enjoying, thank you. But literally everyone else in my chat is toxic, yelling at me for not playing the game multiplayer, despite the fact...
Now I wanna bring this up. It kind of dawned on me last night while I was sleeping, and I realized this guy has so many segments saying, guys, if I don't do what I promise, people are gonna freak out. I said on the schedule I do this, and if I don't do that, then everyone's gonna freak out. He said that so many times. After the first stream, he's like, guys, I'm gonna do episode, then multiplayer. That's what he said, right? And he ended up just doing the entire single player of this, right? And then people were freaking out because they wanted online. They thought that they were gonna get online. Now, you would think Mr. Big Head here, Lightbulb Head, would at least say he look. He could have just said. I mean, again, he always takes the toxic road. He never takes the high road for some reason. He claims he does, but he never does. He could have just said, "Guys, I know you wanted online, and I said that that's what I wanted to do. Instead, I just focused on completing this. I am sorry that we did not do online. I wanted to do it, but it just got away from me. The next stream, I will make it up and I will do online." Now, that is a super overpromise, because he would definitely probably go into training mode before going online in that scenario. But anyways, he could have just at least said, like, look, I know I said I was gonna do online, but I did not expect this to be that long. I'm sorry. That's it. And again, like he told us that he understand that people would freak out if he said he's gonna do something and he doesn't do it or whatever. And then you see this happening in real time, and and again, you could argue, well, Theo, it's on Kick Chat, and Kick Chat's full of trolls. First off, he said that's what he wanted the Kick Chat to be, so he created the monster. He's complaining about the monster he created, so that's cool. Secondly, if you have a lot of people calling you stupid and all this other shit, is it better for you to sit there and say, no, you're stupid? Or is it better to just be like, okay, man, like, I mean, I mean, that's like, oh, whatever example, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, people can say things that are annoying and it can get under your skin and all this other shit. But this is like a situation that you could have easily pivoted from being toxic, because this is just gonna sound like baby rage and all this shit, like, and that's what people are gonna say. That's why I'm making the video. Like, it again, like, Yeah, it's in the moment, but he played this for 2 hours. Like, it just shows how little he cares about the viewer. The only thing he expects out of the viewer is to just go along with whatever DSP is doing. That's all he expects them to do. He doesn't think, oh, maybe they were expecting multiplayer, I didn't do it. Oh, that is kind of like annoying, and I'm sorry, whatever. But instead of like empathizing with his audience in any shape or form, he wants to double down and focus on a bad faith or disingenuous viewers, which is like not worth it. And I could kind of even argue that even if I could see the stream chats, whatever, uh, it's just the usual suspects saying, Phil, go online, dum dum, or whatever. But then there's definitely people in the kick chat as well. They're just that either don't care or they're vibing with whatever he's doing, whatever. He says even in the video, I know there was positive people. Like a dude in his chat, I took a picture on my phone, I didn't like forward that here, but a dude in his chat said that he spends too much time focusing on toxic chatters. And he argued that. He argued against that. And it's like, no, dude, like everyone on the internet who streams probably has a toxic audience. Once you get over like, I want to say once you get over like 100 viewers, you're gonna run the gambit of getting people who are there just to troll or whatever. Like you're just gonna like run the gamut of getting that 20 viewers. I don't think they're all gonna be negative. Maybe some will, whatever. But it doesn't benefit the stream and the community, your community, if you focus on the babies or the people who are just yelling in chat. Like, come on.
It has single player content, and if I start playing multiplayer, no one will ever want to see the single player content. You see? So
How does he know that?
I'm just sad.
But if that's the case, he played online on the first stream. So then that means that no one would want to see the single player then. That's that to his own logic. And the thing that this weird like thirst for offline content is kind of funny. I mean, he has done offline content in fighting games before. It's not new. He has done story content in Injustice, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 5 and 6. Etc., etc. But then, like, he never did the arcade mode in Street Fighter 6, which I think is good. I don't like the story in Street Fighter 6 is kind of disappointing, to be fair. None of the story modes in the arcade ladder are great. I think Ingrid is the only one that I liked out of all of them. There might be another one I liked, but I think Ingrid is like the best one. But even then, it's a missable mode. But he played other fighters that he wanted to skip the story mode. And then he plays this, and now he's all about the story. Now, of course, the presentation is there, so it's like, if you have a shiny graphics engine, this guy is gonna gobble it up, and that's what happens in the story mode. It's very delicious, dude. You look at it, it's like, it really is that GIF of that guy with the LEDs in his face. And he's like, that's literally DSP, because he played the beta, and all he talked about was the graphics good. Whoa. And then he hated the gameplay. Like, okay.
And I can't enjoy games like everyone else. Like, anyone else plays the game can do this, and it's fine. But because I got a bunch of toxic...
Those other people literally ignore the toxic people. Now, of course, ignoring in DSP's mind is just not reading the chat at all. And it's like, you don't have to necessarily avoid looking at chat. You could just like either respond positively, saying, "Guys, I guarantee you, if I comb through this, there's not a single time where he says, "Guys, I'm sorry we're not doing online. The story mode is pretty cool," or anything. Instead, it's probably just Hulk smash or whatever. I'm sure that's what's gonna happen. if we finish this and if there's enough time in my video, I may just go to random parts and see and see his commentary a little bit, because all this guy did is probably just like talk about the story. So it's like you don't care about the audience at all. Like he didn't care that maybe people wanted to see multiplayer, and he makes it negative. Like imagine day one of a fighting game, and you're streaming it, and you're streaming the offline mode. You just want to do this, and you want to stream that, whatever. And you get people in your chat saying, "Hey, are you gonna go online? Are you gonna be no? I'm not going online, you fucking idiot!" Or are you gonna be like, "No, no, man, I want to like see the story mode, whatever." But the issue that's going on with these streams is literally the allotted time. Really, like honestly, all of the games he's been playing, none of them get their time to shine at all. Like I don't even think the way he streams is good for a game, a let's player. Like it's not. And I'm not talking about fighting games in general or whatever. Like, dude, like think about how he's streaming now. Think about how he's streaming right now. And just imagine how he's gonna play MGS4. Like, you're not getting past Act 1 in the first stream, which I think is doable. There's no boss fights in the first act, like, at all. I mean, you could count the frog unit shit, but that's like a fucking shooting segment. Like, you don't really need to, like, take your time. But it's just you're gonna be watching cutscenes, and then by the time you know it, it's the end of the stream, and it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse after that, and the streams are just not conducive for that. Even if you take the card shit out, because the 2 hour like gameplay streams has been going on even before the card pack shit, in my opinion. Like it would be like 2.5 hours. Maybe 3 if you're on a good day. But he has been doing less and less gameplay. Like, it really is like, it would really feed into the conspiracy that we're seeing him phasing out gameplay in real time, and he's not being honest with us and saying that's what he's trying to do. Like, it's just kind of like ridiculous that he's playing these games. The games have no time at all ever. It always feels like by the time you get to the actual interesting part, it's the end of the stream, regardless of the kind of game. And the sad part is like that's probably why the Pokemon streams feel like fine, because these games are kind of grindy games. Like I would argue that like technically JRPGs would work for this kind of format. Too bad you'll never play them, or at least the ones that are interesting. You'll play the fucking Boomer Collection ones, the Unk RPGs. I mean, like I don't want to necessarily be mean to Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy is a franchise that people love, and a lot of people like really wish that Square would double down on making like the classic Final Fantasy games again, basically, right? But he always has this bias towards them all the time. He'll bite the bullet and force Final Fantasy 6 down our throats. He'll force Final Fantasy 4 down our throats. He will not force Metaphor down their throats. That's a bridge too far. The demo didn't perform very well, so we must never try it again. Like, it's this kind of shit that makes it frustrating. If you even just like the genre, because he doesn't even want to try Metaphor again. Why not just try it again? Maybe people weren't watching it because they didn't want to be spoiled on a game that they wanted to play. You realize that people were waiting for Metaphor to play that game, right? Now there's like so many years apart from that game, he could just play it again. And no one is probably gonna like care about spoilers. They may just want to see the gameplay. But instead we're playing Pokemon. It's just lame shit. But again, his streams are not conducive to gameplay streams. I just don't believe that. I've not seen any other Let's Player stream as little as he does. And he always hides behind, it's a work-life balance. No one is saying that DSP should never see Cat ever again, and he should lock himself in the gamer room. Like, no one is saying that. Like, does he really think if he streams a long amount of time, Kat's just gonna like fucking off herself? No. I mean, come on.
Fucking dirtbags in my chat. They just talk nonsense nonstop and don't let me enjoy something. Okay, it pisses me off, and I'm gonna vent now because I have the right to say when people are toxic pieces of shit and just say toxic things all night, like play online. What is he doing? Why is he losing the computer? Play online instead of acting like normal humans. And it pisses me off because I've been waiting for the game to come out. I actually really like this mode. I would like to play through the other 3, but how can I do it when everyone's a toxic piece of shit? Besides a few who were very nice
Why
here.
don't you just play it and then garner an audience that cares? Like, again, like half the thing he has to really because he focuses way too much on, like, it's so weird, right? Because on one hand, he literally takes his audience for granted. He literally does. He doesn't care for them. He doesn't think about them. He just wants them to eat it. Uh, but he also gets attached to the audience where he doesn't think that maybe, he should either just ban these people or just have them like eventually move on and then try to garner people who are new who would be more interested in this kind of content. But if these people come in that want to see, let's say they do want to see the episodic content, you think it's going to be beneficial to see him like rage at his audience? They're going to bounce off. Secondly, you can't expect to get an audience that's gonna like this in one stream. He complains how so many people have instant gratification. And I guarantee you we're gonna work into that on the Level 1 podcast on Sunday. He's gonna complain about instant gratification. But he has that himself. He played this day one and was expecting everyone to be like, Phil, I wanna see the story mode. Phil, I wanna see this, but you have to like garner that. You can't play a new game and expect everyone to just flock to you. Like, he has been streaming for years and he just doesn't realize that you have to kind of work for an audience, basically. And, it takes time. You're not going to get this audience in one day or whatever.
Here, there was a few very nice people here. Outside of the few, everyone else was toxic tonight. So I'm not allowed to enjoy single player story mode like everyone else who pays for this game, apparently. Isn't that
how but again, like, you don't this was a 2-hour stream. Like, maybe people like would have liked it if you streamed a little bit later to play online. Like, and it's what we're like 2 hours and like 25 minutes. He goes on another like 20-minute rant, basically yelling at his chat. And then he does another 17. He did a 17-minute daily rap, which is basically an hour. I mean, it's under an hour of all of him just talking, sure, but that could have been time he played online. But no, since it's not in the allotted streaming time, it's over. Who cares? And it's like, dude, you don't have to snap at your chat. You could just say, look, I want to do the offline. I like the story. I'm sorry we didn't do online. Like, instead of like antagonizing the chat and crashing out, he could have just understood that people want to see online. And that's a general thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter if the people in this chat are trolls or not. People like to see multiplayer, regardless. And instead of like understanding that and saying, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, I want to do the offline," he wants to like tell them that they should have just watched the stream and said, "Wow, the story mode is when through the 2 hours." Okay, like, again, it's all because he cannot like at all like this apology that I'm saying he should do isn't even like a deep apology. It's not like, oh, you're apologizing, whatever. He could just, he didn't even need to apologize. He could just say, oh, well, I know you guys wanted to see online, but the single player, like, went over the time I thought it was going to be. So we'll just have to do the multiplayer, like, the next time I stream this game, or whatever. Like, that's enough. That's, like, the bare minimum. But if he wants to be Mr. Positive Nice Guy, he could go the extra mile and apologize. But he wants so many people to just watch it and then just be like, okay, I get it. Which, sure, but again, DSP doesn't think it's so weird. He expects people to watch the stream and pick up on what's going on. But in other cases, he over explains things he doesn't need to explain. Like, one time you'll think the chat's dumb as dirt, the next you'll think that they should have paid attention. Because at the end of the day, like, it's not about what the audience cares about. It's that the audience should know what I'm going through and they should understand me perfectly and just accept whatever I do. If I tell them to eat shit, they should grab a spoon. Like, that's basically his attitude.
Isn't that great? Anyway, so I
gotta hear this again.
So I'm not allowed to enjoy single player story mode like everyone else who pays for this game, apparently. Isn't that great?
He played all these fighting games, and every fighting game he buys, he knows the chat wants to see multiplayer. And he knows that's the case. Now, watching this rant, I'm gonna say this a lot, by the way, probably, but I know for a fucking fact at this point, if he wanted this game to come out on Friday, I know he did. Because you know what would happen? The game would come out Friday, then he'd come back Sunday. Okay, guys, I know Tokon came out Friday, but I was watching the gameplay on Twitter, on my feed, and I think I'm gonna skip it. Or he would just say, I'm gonna do the single player only. You know, one or the other. And hide behind his favorite pastime. Yeah, I think I'm just either gonna skip it or just do the single player because I'll be honest, I think everyone knows the meta, and it's not gonna be fun playing online. I'm not gonna do the online mode. That's what he wanted. I guarantee this little goblin here was hoping this game came out on Friday. I bet when he saw it was coming out on Thursday, he was a little disappointed. I guarantee you he was sad. He was sad it was coming out on a day he was streaming. And he was like, damn it, it didn't come out on my day off. I can't hide behind the meta anymore. And then he played it, and then, because there's like a few moments where it really does sound like he would have done that. Like, just listen up.
Anyway, so I do like this mode. I actually strongly recommend it. It's way longer than I expected, because I did tell everyone, hey, what I was going to do was play with Samurai Outriders, but then I was going to go online. Well, I don't have time now. I didn't understand that this was going to be 2 hours. When I played earlier today with Doom, it was only an hour 15.
So he didn't know, and the chat didn't know. Maybe he could have, maybe instead of crashing out on the audience, he could have just, I don't know, apologized that this took longer than expected. Now, I know apologies for some people may be a sign for weakness, but it can also be a sign of strength, because it shows you that you're a bigger man and understanding and reacting to some shortcomings of something that happened. It doesn't have to be a sign of weakness. But for people like DSP it is, so you know. I mean, that's what it is. That's why he gets off on people apologizing. It is so like obvious that this guy like looks at people apologizing, and then it's like, yeah, apologize to me. But when he has to apologize, he gets so fucking butthurt about it. It's like, it really is simply he sees it as an admission of wrongdoing, weakness, whatever. But an apology isn't even necessarily that. You know, like, part of growing up is realizing sometimes you apologize when there's a misunderstanding and you want to clear the air or you want to de-escalate the situation. What DSP is doing is not de-escalating. The only time he de-escalates is, get this, when he's off when he turns off the stream. That's him de-escalating.
15. I had like 45 minutes to an hour to play online. I don't have that right now. So I don't really know what else to say. I'm sorry. But what can you do?
I'm wrong. Guys, I'm wrong. I'm Felton. He did say he's sorry. However, I'm gonna say this is a bullshit apology. Because I'm gonna say it is, because he should have said this earlier instead of crashing out. This is a PR apology, like auto text. You know when you type on your phone Like, it's just autofill. It's an autofill apology. Like, it's not genuine. It's just sorry because like you're just talking. You know? Like it's just yeah, like whatever. Because if he was sorry, he would have just said that instead of yelling at his chat. I'm just gonna say it because he says sorry then and he never says it again. He never like if he said sorry and then like after this he then like doesn't shit on his chat, that's one thing. That would be a sign of him like apologizing and like understanding. But no, he just says sorry and then like continues shitting on his chat. That doesn't really show that that the apology is like genuine. And this is the kind of shit that needs to be accused other people for. When they say like there are times where people in his own chat like say apologies or whatever, and he accuses them of not being sincere. But he will always say whatever he says is sincere. When this sounds insincere. So yeah, I may have been filtered for a millisecond. However, this is a very like phoned in, like I'm just saying shit to end a video kind of shit.
I didn't spoil myself on the game. I didn't understand that these were going to be that long. But I like it, okay? So, I don't know. To be honest with you, I think that this is the best part of the game. The gameplay of the game itself is not that good. Every character has exactly the same combos and the same stuff. It just seems like a really easy mode game.
So then why does he need to do all this like character learning about if everyone has the same moves and same combos? Like, he sounds so stupid. And this is what I mean when people like when he shits out Street Fighter 6 saying, "Oh, you like he says like, "Oh, everyone plays a pattern and this and that blah 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 blah." And then like Buncheck reacts to it and says, "Yeah, like or Buncheck says like, "Yeah, you know, you go watch the tournament and if you take the names off, you're not going to know who plays because it's the same like combos or whatever." But I'm sorry. But I think that criticism is a little bit more like uh uh understanding of the game than what DSP is complaining about. Like DSP was in like platinum ranks and like diamond saying this shit. And I feel like if you talk to anyone who played Street Fighter 6 in a meaningful capacity, I think they would probably say diamond level people are probably not like um that professional at the game, right? Like, I mean, it's the same thing with Guilty Gear. Like, you know, with the rank system, it's like, yeah, you know, whatever. Whatever. But I just don't think DSP, like, understands. Because, again, you listen to what he says. The game is easy. It's casualized. It's for casuals. The game you have to expects you to learn and study. But everyone has the same things. Like, these are, like, these are just strung out thoughts. And he's not really, like, explaining what he means by this. Like I love that he over explains everything else, but this shit he doesn't explain. Like, how can a game be for casuals, but then like expect you to study and like understand the game on a deeper level? But then it's not. But you can't play it casually. Like, how does this make sense? The only thing that makes sense in this is that it's casual in like the gameplay and execution level, which he has said. But if it's understanding like combos and all this stuff as easy as the execution leaves it open for people to like study stuff very quickly. Like it just is very like weak and it's very this is kind of like confusing a little bit because I don't think you could have a game with low execution and then have it be so that you have to like master the game on a deep level where you're studying and playing the game a lot. Like I just don't think that's the case. I mean, like, come on.
Game for mashers, to be honest. I just don't think it's that good when it comes to the gameplay elements. But I actually am enjoying, you know, that they made it into like a 10 hours of actual offline content so you can enjoy. I'm also curious what the other modes are because there are other offline modes too, like these, and I haven't tried these yet. But personally, you know, not this one. What was I saying? This one. The Arcadia Rumble and R-Style Arena. I'd like to see what those are too eventually.
Why?
So thank you, Jax. Jax is here. He had $25 super chat and says, "Hey, I actually did watch most of the stream, and the Samurai Outrider story was great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did. The problem here is that there's so many toxic people that if I don't immediately go to online competitive play for a game that I don't know how to play, they just bitch. And if
he played the beta again, and also like this is day one. Everyone doesn't know how to play. I went to online. I did like one story mode. I did the one with Magic in it because Magic is the GOAT, and then I went straight to online. I didn't play the others. I don't know if I will. I just want to play as Magic and whatever characters I have to pick, right? Like come on. It's not that deep.
It pisses me off because I just want to enjoy the game like every other human who gets to, but I don't get to. Instead, I gotta be yelled at and treated like a fool. Well, no, fuck you.
What?
It pisses me off because I just want to.
But again, this attitude he has is so clear that he just wants his chat to be like, Phil, oh my god, Phil, you're amazing. I love the streams. This dude literally only streams so that people can kiss his ass. Like, this is probably like the kind of person that should never stream.
I want to enjoy the game like every other human who gets to, but I don't get to. Instead, I gotta be yelled at and treated like a fool. Well, no, fuck you. Every asshole tonight who complained all night that I wasn't playing it online, you can kiss my fucking ass. All right? I'll enjoy the game because I bought it, you didn't. If you buy the game, you have the right to go online immediately and play it, but you have no right to sit here and be a toxic dirtbag in my chat. None. Okay? So, the truth is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this game.
But I thought that Kick Chat was supposed to be the toxic, rowdy chat. Now, of course, there's escalation, and oh, maybe they should not be super duper mean. But like, again, where's the line? Right? I mean, if they're just, is it better for them to complain about you going online than making fun of Cat? Like, this guy is saying this. And then, like, when another troll comes around or whatever the fuck, he's like, okay, if you want to say my gameplay is boring, my streams suck, but when you start saying Cat is fat and Cat stupid, you're crossing the line, mister. Like, it's just like, why get this mad over people wanting to see online? Like, he could just say what he just said in the outro. Again, that's what I mean by the apology in the fucking video is fake. It's just saying, like, putting out an outro. Like, come on.
Like, I like the episodes. I want to keep playing them. But as you can see, when I play any fighting game that's not just multiplayer, people just complain. I mean, thank you, Jax. And outside of that, thanks to the few that supported earlier, as you can see, insanely low support too, because I'm trying to play the game and enjoy it instead of just going online. I'm just tired of very small-minded individuals. I really am. Like, this game actually seems to be a game they put a lot of effort into a story that everyone should enjoy. I'm just being honest. I think it's worth playing. I think it's actually quite good. And I wish that...
Why didn't he play the arcade mode in Street Fighter 6? People worked on that too. That took time. Why didn't he do that? Like, this is like a whatever statement. Like, again, I'm not gonna, like, say that he couldn't play the offline mode. I don't like fully agree with that, but I just think that the overall problem that he runs into is a simple one. He doesn't stream long enough to make up for that. He's not entertaining to watch. Like, again, I feel like if I glean through, like, you know, fuck it, we could just do that. Let's go to... Let's just do this. Let's just...
What is up, everyone? DSP here. It's launch day of Marvel Tokon.
You're three of the worst people I've ever met.
Thank you.
And one person who really should know better. But you qualify.
Why aren't people engaging with this? Why don't they like the story content? Like, I'm not saying that DSP has to be like, oh my god, it's Carnage! Oh my god! He doesn't have to PogChamp the fucking story mode, but like, what's the commentary here?
Good luck to everyone else.
Like, he's not even like admiring the art.
Denizens of planet Earth, allow me to introduce your glorious champion, men. The Amazing Guardians! The Knights!
Wow, look at this commentary. Guys, aren't you excited? The
Samurai Outrider!
Were there supposed to be Midnight Suns?
Champions!
Yeah.
Triumph!
They're supposed to be the Midnight Suns. What happened? Why
What
they call them
happened? What happened?
Champion!
that? Right? The game itself is just an experience.
What?
They did a great job with the presentation, right? The game itself is just...
That's all he says. That's his commentary. Wow, man, the game is pretty. Amazing
an
commentary,
experience.
King.
Compared to other fighters.
You haven't played other fighters, dude. You know what would be very funny if there was a reality where he played Guilty Gear Strive and he did the story mode. For those who don't know, the story mode in Strive is literally a 4-hour movie. It's a 4-hour movie. Exard is another movie story mode, but it's all in Japanese, so you'd have to read text. So that, like, there's that. Strive is a fucking cutscene. Like, here, you at least have gameplay. So just imagine you played Strive, and then, like, he's watching the 4-hour cutscene, like a 4-hour movie, and the chat's like, can we go on? No, I'm ready the game! It's just like watching a movie. Like, at least, but I will say at least, in Strive story mode, it is like an animated like story mode. Like, it's not like comic panels. I like the comic panels in this game, but you know, whatever. I get it, dude.
Children.
It's that and camera glances and chat glances.
It's my fault you're in the tournament. You stole my invite, Goblin.
Yeah, what does Cards mean by
my
that?
Responsibility. Where I was, my nice.
First real fight.
Okay.
Facts. Well done.
And then look, he's like reading this, and he's just sitting on the screen.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so here we go.
Here we go.
Brace yourself. Round one.
He's tall. Carnage is tall.
Carnage is tall.
So there's the parasite.
Right?
Whoa, look at that.
Whoa.
Probably his anti-air. Keeps them off. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's got insane range.
Whoa. Insane range. He doesn't even do the tag attacks, I noticed. Like, you have to press, like, on PlayStation, square and X. I've not seen him do it once. He forgot how to use the tag system. Oh no, there he did. There he goes.
Perfect.
Seems incredibly good reach.
And lunch.
Incredible good reach. Okay, let's see what. We'll just watch one match, one story match, and then we'll go back to what I wanted to talk about. Oh, he did use the attack system. Okay. I felt it.
Damn.
Damn. Damn. Wow, what great gameplay. And listen to the commentary. It's
He
just.
doesn't have an aerial super, though. Yeah, he doesn't have an aerial super. That sucks.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Oh, it's a kick? Oh, in the air that becomes a dive kick. And on the ground, that's a double slash. In the air, it's a dive kick. That's in.
Because I'm sure he has an aerial super. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. But that's his commentary. That's his commentary. And then you go back to cutscene.
But not great enough against Doom.
The
At last.
like it really is like he thinks that you either have to PogChamp and explode and like be crazy or do this when you could just be like, oh, I lost one time. Oh man, Carnage going crazy. He's going beast mode, dude. Like, what's he gonna say to that?
I cannot believe I have been reduced to this.
That's it. That's the commentary.
Don't be a killjoy, Mags. We just want to murder this freak. And what kills my joy is that Spider-Man.
That's his commentary. Just faces. But remember, guys, all these other YouTubers that do that are stupid and shills and clowns. But not Phil. When he does it's meaningful.
His guts are still on the inside.
This is his commentary. And then he's like, what? Why do people want to see me online? Maybe they don't want to see your fucking clown tape. Like, this is like what people do. Like, if you want to like audition to be a clown, they'd probably do this and then they like send the tape and be like, see, this is how I'd be as a clown. Like, that's all he does. Just Jim from The Office. That's all he does. That's his comedy. Jim. What great commentary, King. Why would anyone be bored with this?
Duh.
They teleport. Bah.
They got teleported away. Asgard.
Okay.
We had him. Send us back.
No. When we have finished, you can kill your petty nemesis. Where are we? Ah, yes. Asgard, a heathen heaven.
I just realized there's no Thor in this, right? That's crazy.
Crazy. Insane, even.
No, you won't.
Who's that? Loki.
Loki is
Who
here
dat?
to stop you. I think you'll find it's the Samurai Outriders, parentheses, feet Loki, and parentheses, colon, the summer remix.
Will you just quit with that? This is Doom and his crew.
Yeah? And the truth?
Dude, it's Ghost
I've got
Rider!
a demon in my head, and it's telling me I should switch teams and
Got
join
a
with these
demon in
guys.
my head.
Especially
That-
the guy who's a living blood clot.
Like, dude, this
And you know what that
Ghost Rider
means?
is pretty sick. See, already I'm having better commentary. Already, dude, I'm amazing. I should be a $10,000 a month streamer, dude.
Wish that more people would understand that, but instead of people being dicks, you know, but what can I say? So anyway, my initial impression, because this is my first day playing the game, I like the story for sure. I do like the world design. I like the art. Gameplay, I don't know. I'm being honest with you. Now, I haven't played it much, but gameplay, it barely feels like a fighting game. It feels like a combo exhibition more than anything else.
This dude just wants all these modern games to play like the Unk Slop he plays. Like, you watch him play Street Fighter 6, every combo he does is not a combo that's in the game. It's a combo from Super Turbo he does. Like, it's incredible when he plays Blanca and he uses the Blanca-chan. It's like, holy shit, he actually is using a move that's not in Super Turbo. Like, it's just not fun watching him play these modern games when he wants to force them to play like this. Like, he refuses to learn the game. Like, I don't know how the FGC feel about this game. I mean, I'm sure you could find a lot of people that'll go back and forth on this. I mean, I played the Avatar game as well, and I don't think that game was, like, amazing either. I think that game is gonna... I think the Avatar game is good... He's gonna say that this is gonna be an unbalanced game. I think the Avatar game is gonna be far more unbalanced. I think by the time that that game is, like, 2 years old, or whenever it, like, gets dropped from people are gonna realize that that game is just a mess. I mean, I've already seen someone call it a unfinished game. And that says a lot to me. I mean, I don't care about the rank mode as much not being there. Uh, I think the rank mode is fine on paper. I think it's an okay mode to have. But I do think it's a little bit interesting that there is also discourse about people like kind of saying like, well, I don't want to do rank mode because I don't want to be tied to like focusing on like ranking points and this and that. I just want to play the game and focus on the gameplay. And I think that's why people are like flocking to either casual mode or they don't do rank mode as much. And then that's not to say that we should outlaw or get rid of it either. I've talked about rank mode a few times in the past. I kind of am like indifferent overall. I kind of enjoy it sometimes, but it's like I also don't. I don't like that there are times where I just feel like I get too focused on I need to be this rank. Oh my god, I'm losing my ranking points. Like I get that like it's stakes on the line and that's fine. But I don't want to be more than just like like I don't know how to describe it other than that, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't feel like it's built to be balanced or competitive. It felt like it just everyone needs to mash and get giant combos so the game's flashy. But I don't know. I want to play more, okay? But I don't know. People are just going to be toxic. Like, for example, King Crimson just said, I'd rather see you hit up training mode and learn the game rather than go online and not learn. You're right, but everyone will just complain. Everyone will just literally sit here and complain and say, I don't want to see training. I don't want to see offline. I want to see just go online. And that's because these are ignorant idiots. They just don't understand how you actually play a fighting game. You know,
but again, as I said, like, the small amount of time he plays this game is not enough. Like, he should have just done online with the team he played on the first stream. Like, why not just do that? Like, do the day stream, have that be a new team, and then the night stream he does online. That's what he used to do. He actually used to do that in the past, where he would do, like, when a new character came out in Street Fighter, he would do the day stream would be, like, lab, and then he'd go online, then the night stream would be purely online. He used to do that. And I think that at some point, like, people are going to start forming conspiracy theories, in the sense that, he wanted to do the story mode in the second stream because he didn't want to do online. And I think I kind of think that's true. Because again, as I said, I think he wanted this game to come out on Friday so he could either say he's skipping it or he's only going to do the single player and not do online because everyone will learn the meta by the time he plays it. I really do believe in the core of my Tokon soul that that's what would have happened if it came out on Friday. Unfortunately, it came out on Thursday, so he had to play it. Unfortunately.
When I play other fighters, like for example, if I play any one-on-one fighting game like Street Fighter, I have an installed knowledge of those games.
Wrong. Watch Street Fighter 6. Just Street Fighter 6. He didn't want to play Sea Viper and all this other shit because he had to learn the character. He went to the lab for the DLC characters in Street Fighter 6. I mean, I can understand for Aki. Aki is a brand new character for Street Fighter 6. But he did that for even returning characters. Like, it makes sense. Sure, to go in the lab, but to say this is kind of silly. And even when he dropped Street Fighter 6, and then he went back to it to play Blanca, a character he played in Street Fighter 6 at launch, he went back to the lab for Blanca. And all this other shit. He did casuals for these characters for a long period of time. And all this stuff. And it's like, I will also say that I do think if you were watching any other streamer that was playing fighting games, I don't think anyone would care about them doing casuals as much as they care about DSP doing casuals. And I only say that because when those people do casuals, they fight like other players that are like high level, low level, whatever, and it's just kind of like fun to watch, and they make it entertaining, and it's challenging, and this and that. DSP does casuals with the mindset that he is going to be facing a good amount of scrubs and some like good players. So he'll be like, he can be able to use the scrubs as a body bag, a punching bag, I should say. And then like try to fight like high level players at some point, whatever, right? And it's like that is not enjoyable. What? Because that's why he goes back to the 30th anniversary collection. He would run to the lobbies and then just run other people's lobbies. And it's just not fun. It's really like a has-been going to an arcade and then like people will just stop going to the arcade because this guy's there. Like it's really to the point where I kind of feel that the people in the lobby were like DMing Goji Tanks. Hey Goji Tanks, DSP's are in the lobby. Can you get him out? Can you like kick him out? And he'd be like, okay. Like he almost did a service for these people during that era of him running to the 30th anniversary. Like that's kind of what ended up happening. And like that's all it is. He only wants to do casual to just run into scrubs. He doesn't want to do casual because he wants to genuinely play the game and enjoy it. He just wants to do casual so he can just body scrubs. That's it.
Games, so I can at least play at a basic level.
Like notice when he plays Street Fighter 6, he never does matchmaking for ranked and casual. I do that all the time because I think it's a good balance. You could do ranked and then you could do casual, like whatever. Like you're in both. Sometimes I do want to focus on ranked if I get like salty enough where I want to like get more ranky points. But I do always do both on because I want to like at least get enough matches both casually and ranked. And I kind of think that's the best way to play a game. And you could do that in this game. Like he never did that. He never did that at all.
Not have to practice that much. In this game, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand the combo paths. I don't understand properties. I don't understand much. It's like starting from scratch. And it's hard because I know I'm going to have to play it offline to learn. And I'm not...
The other thing he could do, this is a wild suggestion for Phil. He could do matchmaking, get this, in training mode. He could just sit in training mode and then do matches. The game forces you to do casual matches to unlock ranked mode. So he could do training and casual matchmaking and do that. I know, crazy suggestion. Crazy. But he never did, even in Street Fighter 6, he never did that. He never at all did that.
And I'm not getting that opportunity. Like, look at tonight. You know, people won't support, unless it's me frustrated and losing, they won't support fighting games anymore. It sucks. You know, there's a few people like Jax and others who are positive, but there's a lot of toxic people out there, you know? All right, well, day one, I enjoyed it. I'm sorry I don't have time to play online, but I did enjoy it, and I do want to play more of it, but I don't know what to do.
Apologizing because he didn't go online. At the outro, it's not even a genuine apology. It is just an apology because he's ending the video. This is just like, oh, well, I'm ending. This is what I say to say goodbye. Like, whatever. It's just platitudes. Like that's all it is. It's just performative, like, courtesies. It's not genuine. Like, that's why, like, DSP is very unfortunate that he kind of burned through any faith that I would have in him. Like, as I said, like, in the last video, I will give anyone the courtesy. Like, if they talk about like an anime or whatever, and they don't know much about it, I'll let them like explore it. I'll let them watch a couple episodes. They can talk whatever bullshit they want to talk about, but it's like I'll just tell them at most, hey, try watching it or whatever. That's it. But if I feel like that you're just being a bad faith person, like Aka, like DSP, I will not extend that olive branch. But I will do it for a lot of people. There's like a few people, and DSP is one of them, where I will never give them that courtesy. Like DSP can like tell me that he's interested in Guilty Gear all he wants if he did. And I would not buy it. I would not believe him. I would say he's only saying this because he's desperate for a new fighter, and he just wants to try it out so he could body the scrubs, and that's it. He's not gonna like be a genuine fan. Like, whatever. Like the card packs is a perfect example of this. He isn't a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, and he's unboxing Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
To do about it, because you see how tonight went, right? I'm not making it up. You see how tonight went. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching the second episode.
Like, why doesn't he just
Marvel
do a line
Tokon
with the team
Fighting
he
Souls,
played?
which was Samurai Outriders for me. Hopefully, there'll be more coming. We'll see. Okay. We did get some achievements. We got Sidekick, perform 100 assemble assist attacks
Wow,
during
you got
battle.
achievements. Remember when you didn't care about
And then we got
achievements?
to Hell and Back, clear the Samurai Outrider scenario. So we got 2 more achievements tonight. Okay. Cecil, you have to understand something. Like Cecil McWhoop says, well, you're giving them too much time. You have to understand that when I make content, and let's talk about it for a minute because I'm going to adjourn. This is the end of my week right now. Okay. When I make. Okay.
Yeah, he's creating a mess in his
Give me a second, okay?
in his office.
Okay. So the point I'm making is this, all right? This is the point I'm making, and I hope you guys will listen and understand.
I'm so glad he will never fucking mute the mic to do this. Like, again, I can forgive, like, accidental hits sometimes. I mean, I did him in the last video, dude. But this guy will literally just not mute the mic to do this. He refuses to do it. Like, does he really need a Darziak to literally tell him, Phil, you should mute the mic when you adjust the mic? Does he really need fucking Darziak for that?
All right? So, the whole idea
And
here
how is... Whatever.
is-
Whatever.
Who's this idiot? Get this idiot out
Get
of here.
this idiot out of here. Get him out of here.
This game, yes, it's a competitive fighting game, but I'm not part of the FGC, nor do I want to be. So I want...
Wait, what?
This game, yes, it's a competitive fighting game, but I'm not part of the FGC, nor do
So if you want to play the... Oh my god.
I want to
Okay,
be.
whatever.
So I want to enjoy a game for what it is, okay?
Right. But you're playing a fighting... Like, okay... Why when he plays Call of Duty does he want to only use keyboard and mouse for Call of Duty? Notice that when he plays any other first-person shooter that's not Call of Duty, he uses a controller. But when he plays Call of Duty, he plays with keyboard and mouse. He has it on 120 frames, whatever. It's because he wants to be a tryhard. All this shit. If he wants to take it at surface value or whatever the fuck he wants to say, like, why does it matter for him that he has to know the game to play it? Yeah, I get it. Like, there is no point if you're just gonna lose and lose and lose. But I don't know the game that well either, and I was able to win a few matches. Like, I'm not great at it. I don't know what to do when people are on you in that game. There's no burst. You can't push them off you. I don't know what to do. All I can do is block, and it's like, what do I do? And yet I win some matches. Like, as I said in other fighting game videos I did, the thing that you also have to understand with matchmaking, you're being thrown in a pool of people who are also, like, either very good at the game, very bad at the game, and you don't know who you're fighting on the other end. He always thinks that everyone that's good at the game or proficient at the game is some tryhard that has no aspirations to be a tournament player or whatever. Well, if that's the case, why do you need to go to the lab? Why were you bitching at your chat that you need to go to the lab to learn the game? If you're not trying to be, why are you trying to hang online? Why do you need to know all this to fight? Why do you care about winning online then? Like, it's kind of funny. You'd think that this is day one, and this is like the perfect case to be like, hey, last video, okay, whatever. He used to do that in fighting games, where he would just kind of like take a loss as, okay, yeah, I lost. I don't know what's going on, man. Whoa, man, I don't know what that is, man. And that was like the beta for a bit. And magically, suddenly, he's like, why do I play? I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to play the game at service value. Or whatever. Like, what is this?
Okay? I'm not even kidding you when I tell you, this stream is actually my worst performing stream of the entire week.
Okay. He made $2,000. Like, I understand that the people who gave him all that money is not the same people who show up, so technically, yeah, they didn't burn all their money in $2,000, blah, blah, blah. But the other thing, and I've said this a lot, some of the people who may have supported this game may not have shown up the day he played it. Again, like, if I wanted to see him play Guilty Gear, let's say, and let's say that I can only watch him play Guilty Gear on Thursday, but he plays the game on Wednesday, and I just so happen to not be able to show up. So, like, how is it my fault that he streamed it on a day that I couldn't show up? Like, you notice that he's blaming you for not watching the stream, basically. Like, it's kind of dirty and disgusting and awful to kind of talk to your audience like this, because you don't know their schedule, and he does it in a regimented way. Whatever. This is day one of a game, and he's already acting as if like the game is already doomed. Dragon Quest VII had multiple slow streams, and he was able to beat the game. But we can't have one game not get over $100. And again, this is the guy that says, it doesn't matter how much I make. Okay. Like, I can play a game. I could do this. I could do that. And then the game makes like $60 in the night stream, and he's like being super petty. The day stream, he says he does the duty thing, where he says, oh, the money came in during the podcast, they wanted the cards, so Tokon didn't get any support even on the first stream. Now, if Duty made a video that did that, he would say that's bullshit. Like, he always moves the goalpost. And he never, like, it's incredible, even, that no one has called that out. At the heyday when he complained about Duty doing this. Like, but he will always move the goalposts. He will always say some bullshit. This is why he's such a bad faith guy, and why it's not even worth arguing. Like, it's really, it has come to the point where I used to say, oh my god, people should argue this with him, and blah, blah, blah. But I think I came to the understanding, there really is no point in doing that. Like, I don't know why it took me this long to realize it, because you could see it back when he was on Twitch. Waifu Destroyer Matt is like patient zero on this, because Waifu Destroyer Matt, who's like a cuck and all this other nonsense, right? But even before that, he was in his chat. He would keep sending bits arguing with DSP, and DSP would keep arguing in circles, because DSP has no intention on giving you a genuine argument. He is not interested in like thinking about how you view something. If he disagrees with how you take what he's doing, your opinion is worth nothing to him. At the end of the day, as I said, what he wants from his audience is just to eat it. Just to eat it and say thank you. Because he thinks that everyone's taking him for granted when he's taking them for granted. All the time.
And that includes me playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, a 13-year-old game. Dark Souls 2, which I've already...
This has nothing to do with his question. The Cecil was just talking about him focusing on the negative audience. And he's talking about, well, this game didn't make as much money, and unlike these other streams, maybe you should just be grateful that those streams did very well, and you don't have to worry about this stream. Like he says when he plays other slow streams. Like, It's so funny that this dude says, "Oh, I'm not in that bad financial predicament," but he always acts like he is when a stream doesn't do well. That he wants to do well, I guess. And then he'll hit you with, "Well, it's my business. I always want to do well." No fucking shit. Whoa, you're telling me that all these companies that sell product wants to sell gangbusters with all their products? That is crazy. Holy shit, Phil. That's crazy. You're telling me that all these companies that release video games, consoles, whatever, expect people to buy them? Whoa! But maybe these companies don't need to fucking go on TV and then say, "Well, you guys don't like this and this and that." And meanwhile, this guy will literally stare you down in your eye, down in your eye, stare you at, oh my god, dude, stare you in the eyes, and say, companies should not make decisions based on money. They should base their decisions on what they want to do and all this other bullshit. And then he'll say sometimes, "Oh, they should have a balance of like what makes them money and what they want to do, what the audience wants, and blah 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 blah." But it's like these are very ambiguous. At the end of the day, it's like you can strive to get a good supported day, but you're not the same as a sandwich shop. In sandwich shops, like, dude, businesses have slow days. Do you see businesses when they have a slow day crash out? Do you see the fucking waiters or whatever be like, "Okay, guys, I've been working here. We made a sandwich you guys fucking wanted, and you're not fucking buying it. Yesterday, I made the same sandwich that's with whatever that sold. This other thing sold, but not this? What the fuck, man?" Like, I'm sure if a sandwich shop did that to you, you'd probably never go back to it. You'd probably leave and say, "Wow, that place is crazy." You would probably think the owners are psychopaths for yelling at you about buying habits of the general public. You'd probably think they're fucking crazy. So DSP has this episode where he's just fucking crashing out over a stream that got $60. Whoa, holy shit. But man, imagine if he had the income of that other smaller streamers got, right? But this guy, it's like he had a good week. He just said he had a good week of support. Maybe you should just not be butthurt that this game got $60 and think maybe this game will pick up later on. Maybe this game will pick up when I get better at the game. Maybe the game will pick up when I give the game proper time to bake or whatever. But I do think at the end of the day, like, all this shit is being carried by individuals, and people have said this. People can look back at data and find who is contributing to his streams. If it's not anonymous, it's always one guy.
Already played twice before. Pokemon, which everyone complains about and claims isn't good because I've played it too much.
I love that he's saying this, but he doesn't want to replay Persona 4 Revival because he knows the story. He knows the story of these other fucking games. Why does he want to play Persona 4 suddenly? His favorite fucking Persona game. And it has baby mode. It's a big baby mode. It's perfect for him. Whatever.
And Final Fantasy VI, okay? Every other game I played this week...
And I love that all this shit is done as a backhanded compliment. It is insane to me that he claims to love these games. He's like, "Yeah, this game didn't do well. It's a new game, and these other games, they're all re-releases, are doing better." Wow, you sound so grateful to the people who show up and support. Like, that's what I mean. He takes his audience for granted, by the way. Like, shouldn't he be happy? Like, and this fucker, okay, I'm getting more toxic over this. This guy, like,
No one wants to see me play RPGs.
No one wants to see this. And then he's like, yeah, people support Final Fantasy VI. Maybe you should be able to play other RPGs. Like, this dude is so fucking frustrating when you listen to him. As I said, like, and this is probably also why, you know, on the outside looking in, people can say, well, if this guy upsets you so much, you could just drop it and move on. And I agree with that. I get that. But this level of frustration is also a degree of funny for me. Like, it's frustrating and it's like, oh my god, but at the same time, it is kind of funny to see this dude crash out. And the thing is, at the end of the day, like, the sympathy, like, if this was anyone else, like, let's say I can understand why outsiders may look at this and feel bad for him, but, you know, if you stick around long enough, you're gonna realize that he just does this. This is who he is. that's just Phil performing. This is what he does. This is his life. Like, that is what makes this so funny to me. Like, because at some point, like, there are times where I get frustrated, like, for numerous reasons, and I do have self-reflection sometimes. I do look back and, oh man, like, I got a little too heated. Oh, you know, like, was I being too mean when I was arguing about this? Like, I do look back and I do kind of like think about some of these things that happen, be with people I talk online and all this stuff. I mean, I may not outwardly talk about it anyway, but it's something I think about sometimes, and I try to improve. DSP never does that. Like, as I said, it's one thing if you actively try and you keep falling back and you keep like falling down, whatever. Like, that's one thing. Like, you're at least making an effort. DSP just doesn't make an effort because he does this so much. Like, he'll say, I guarantee you, when Sunday comes, he's gonna like have a more like tame version of this, and then he's gonna do the I'm sorry I yelled at you. Like, he's gonna be so remorseful, but again, like, he's just gonna do it again. Like, like, there is no sign of change or an attempt when it comes to him. Like, because he takes it for granted. He'll say, "I'm sorry, guys," and then people are gonna fucking reward it. By the way, I know it's fucking, like, I'm not gonna say everyone is kicked out are gonna fall in line, but there are gonna be people in this kicked out that are gonna fall back in line and be like, "Oh, okay, okay, I'm gonna like we're gonna have Super Bonchan or whatever the fuck. They're gonna like reward him, give him ass pats, to then crash out again." Like, that's what's gonna happen. 220 is gonna show up and carry the streams again. Like, that's all that's gonna happen. It really is. I would almost argue he is doing this so that the support picks up again. Like, I wonder if we're gonna have weekly crash outs because he did one like last week, I think. For Dark Souls 2, I was gonna do a video on it. I even recorded it because I didn't know if he was gonna like private the video, but he didn't, and I don't think I'm gonna do that video. I mean, you know how that played out. Maybe I will. You know what? Maybe I will, because he said some weird shit. Like, it was a car salesman level scam, like con man. Like, it was that bad. Like, like, you know what? No, fuck it, I am gonna include it. Fuck it. Let's fucking go. Did I Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna pause the recording. Hold up. Okay, I found it, everyone. I found it. Oh my god. What a good pause. What a good pause. Getting a lot of good ones here. This is how I wait. This is how I look when I wake up in the morning. I just do that. I just do that. I just do a little stretcheroo.
Well, regardless of the fact that I had to turn the mod off there, which was frustrating. Me play the game a lot in the past, many years ago. The other stuff we were doing would be more chill.
Again, I just love we do not mute the mic. Why would we mute the mic like an idiot? Mute the mic? That's for idiots. But look how he moves it, by the way.
Stream
like, this is very specific.
Friday Night Fights, old school fighting games. I hope it goes well because the idea was to finish the box of One Piece cards today,
I thought it was like a little
so that
violent.
we could start fresh next week. Like I said on my day
Again,
off,
let's not
I'm
mute
actually
the
gonna
mic
look
for
into getting multiple new boxes of cards. You guys, cards today.
I want to see how we move the mic. I mean,
Right, so
it looked more violent.
I know that it's good for variety. You know, that's why I wanted to do
Look,
it over the summer.
You did this.
I know a lot of the other stuff we were doing would be more chill.
Yeah, look.
But it is what it is, okay? All right.
Double fisted.
This morning. So, I'm probably going to be doing those during my day off, but I was hoping to finish the One Piece today, and so far, 0, because including, if we do those 3, I'm including a bonus. Man, you're such a bitch. Okay, cool. Stingray, stop bitching. Seriously, stop bitching and complaining. Enjoy your ban. You're such a bitch. I'm the streamer. I want to make this abundantly clear.
Okay.
I'm the streamer. I run the show. I can do whatever I want on my stream. No shit. I'm the boss, not you. If you don't like the way a streamer streams, get the fuck out and go watch someone else.
Man, why didn't he have this attitude during Tokon? Interesting.
No one cares about your opinion. If you come in, I don't like that this guy says that he didn't get a good amount of support for Dark, so fuck you.
Fuck you.
No one cares. My supporters like me and my content, and they support it. Sometimes they don't. On a slower day, I let them know, and then sometimes they'll support it again.
Yeah, this is just how he lets them know, by the way. This is how he lets them know. Like, this is what I mean. Like, he does this shit, and then Sunday he's gonna be like, I'm sorry. I snapped at you guys. God, like, I feel like he may even go to the route of, there was something stressing me out kind of bullshit. Also, notice the hair is very long. I have a feeling we're gonna get a haircut. I'm calling it. We're getting a haircut, buddy.
Did better than the new release. Earlier today was a well-supported stream where all the support came in early during the... Okay? Every other game I played this week did better than the new release.
Again, like, you know, he says, like, getting support is, like, random and all this other shit. But, like, yeah, you stream those more. Like, and you were begging for these games. Dude, he pre-gamed the fuck out of Final Fantasy VI to beg. Guys, I hope you guys come and support Final Fantasy VI. I love the game, guys. I want you to enjoy the game. Please support it. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Like, he pre-gamed the beg.
Earlier today was a well-supported stream where all the support came in early during the podcast, and someone gave a ton because they wanted to see me unpack Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay?
We had to see that. But again, if Duty did that, if Duty said that, he would say that's stupid. It doesn't matter. It came on the same stream. It all goes to the same thing. Blah, 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 blah. But when he wants to use it to beg, yeah, don't think about it. But if you use the same logic this guy uses, you're an idiot. Again, you cannot apply his own standards onto him. Like, he's the exception. The standards that he has to be set out to everyone else. Everyone else has these standards, but Phil.
Okay? It literally had nothing to do with the game. That's why there was support. So this is why I get disappointed. This is why I get disheartened. Is because I want to do variety content.
He gets disheartened? Like, you got support on the day stream. Oh, but he didn't say, I joined Marvel Tokon. It, like, fuck off, man. You got that money anyway. Dude, there's so many podcasts where he sits there and is like, oh, guys, thank you for hitting the goal before we started gameplay or supporting the stream before gameplay. Now I can relax and enjoy the game. Now I can love each other. But now suddenly he's like, yeah, I got support on the podcast, then I felt sad. Like, this is how insane it is. If you commit yourself to donating when DSP wants you to donate, you'll just become insane. Like, it's like listening to him over time. The shit he says just is insanity. Like, in general, everything he says ages worse than milk. He doesn't stand by anything he says. You don't know, like, the tone of what he's saying. One day you'll say a joke that's gonna be funny. He's gonna laugh at it. And the next day he's gonna say that you're mentally ill and you need to get help. Then the next day you'll say that's fine, and then this and that. Like, it's never consistent. It's the same way he moderates his chats. Just no consistency. For a guy who wants a regimented, consistent schedule, he acts in the most inconsistent way ever. And he bitches so much. Remember when the heyday of Street Fighter 6, he said, you have to be a good loser. And then, like, he loses one match in Tokon, and he crashes out, and then he wins the next match, and then, but that's like oh yeah, I did win another one, but, I lost.
Content for you. People tell me they want variety content, right? This is a unique fighting game. This is not Street Fighter. This is not
Again, these people who want variety may not have shown up on Wednesday. Like, again, he is crashing out. Like, I'll even say this. Back in the day, we would get these crash outs when it was a numerous streams of a game that didn't get support. We are now getting these after one slow stream. Just one. And the other stream doesn't count. He will rationalize ignoring the first stream that did well so he can bitch and moan about a stream not doing well. But also, he also spent, like, the last leg of the stream was him yelling at chat. Who would support that? And this guy was like, you shouldn't yell at your chat. Like, if this was Wings' stream or LTG's stream, you think DSP is gonna say, oh yeah, man, I understand. LTG's chat is really being a piece of shit to him. No. Like, he will always rationalize his own thing because he will never, like, he just doesn't empathize with anyone. At all. He wants you, though, to empathize with him. But damn anything if if you think he's gonna empathize with you. No, man. He's not gonna empathize with the peasants.
Tekken, it's not Mortal Kombat. It doesn't even play anything like any other fighters that I usually play. So, this morning, I gave it an honest shot. Right? I played through Doom's story. I went online for like 45 minutes. The online wasn't very good, but I played it as much as I could. Tonight, I played another story because I wanted to try other characters. Right? I'm playing the content of the game. It's a new release. This is the content of the game. Now, I'm not an FGC guy. I'm not going to play this 10 days in a row because everyone's just going to complain if I do that I'm playing it too much. Right? But I'm just doing what everyone else does or is allowed to do. But because I'm Darkside Phil, I have to put up with a bunch of toxic shitbags who literally all night spam.
Again, he's acting as if no one in these other streamers, big or small, have people hounding them to go online. Like, they may not be hounding for the same reason as people hound DSP to go online because, like, basically he does know that he gets very angry and this and that, but, people are going to be there regardless, right? But you could just not, like, give in to them. And again, like, in the past, he would do, like, the day stream would be the lab shit, and then he would do online on the night stream. Like, it is to the point where one could argue it's out of character for Phil to do what he did for this game. Like, you could argue that. But, I mean, I could even go on to say, like, and he should have done what he did, right? He should have just done the day stream as the lab shit, do a little bit of online. The night stream should have been online with that same team. That's what he should have done. I do agree with that. But, like, even if you take the night streams away and ignore it, he still does not have enough time to play the game. Like, it's to the point where it does feel like, I kind of want to go to the beginning of the stream, because did he even run a poll? Did he ask his chat if they wanted him to go online? Like, why not ask the chat? Oh, wait, no, that's stupid. How could I forget? The trolls would have manipulated the poll. Oh my god, why didn't I think of that? Meanwhile, look what we're getting that he did offline content. Like, we're getting gold dust here, buddy.
Damned chat complaining that I wasn't playing online. Not everyone. I want to make that clear. But there's a lot of them. Okay? I don't care. All right? But then, in tandem with that, what's frustrating is I want to enjoy a variety of games, and I can't. For example, tonight, I made $60 playing this all night. On other night streams this week, I made thousands of dollars. Not to say that that's common.
One stream, he made thousands of dollars. One stream. All because a dude wailed the fuck out. And I want to also mention, this has happened multiple times in the past, and it was always a one-off. Like, it happened in a Lost Judgment stream, where Phil Smokes Crack was, like, wailing the fuck out, whatever. It's really to the point where one could even argue that this could have been a chargeback. This could be a new chargeback arc that's brewing here. If you really want to, like, go down that rabbit hole, right? But it was one stream, and, like, the guy was like, oh, I want to make the Kiwi dance seethe. Like, that's all it was. And whatever. And then to say, oh, that's not every night, then why the fuck did he mention it? Like, that should be the outlier. Like, why bring up something that's not expected? Oh, because you want to dunk on this game. But this is the guy that always tells you that he's so grateful for any amount. Like, again, this guy joined in on the bandwagon to dog on Bad Bunny for saying that a Twitch sub is $5. And again, I just want to also emphasize, that's not a bad, like, it's silly, it's ridiculous what she said, sure, whatever, but in the grand scheme of things, of what people beg for usually online, like, $5 is, like, just saying how much a Twitch sub costs is, like, a very easy thing to, like, roll your eyes to. Meanwhile, this guy is crashing out while he has $63, and he made $2,000 like a night ago, and all this money raining in on him, and one night getting $63, and this dude is acting as if, like, everyone's ungrateful to him. Like, look how quickly he's crashing out, and then he's like, oh, what? This is, like, listen to this.
Common, but usually I do pretty good. I made $60 because I'm playing a new fighting game, and I'm not just playing online, and I'm not raging because I'm losing. So what incentive do I have to play fighting games, right? Unless it's the classics.
Look at what he's saying. What incentive do I have to play fighting games? And again, he accuses people supporting, like, it's so funny, right? Because he has also made the case that, yeah, I go online and I'm raging, and look, I didn't make any money. Because get this, guys, crazy statement. I don't think people support for these fucking arbitrary reasons. I just think people support when they want to support, and he's just trying to rationalize why people are supporting. I mean, get this. I think people want to support streamers, and this includes DSP's dumb fuck community, because they like the dumb fuck that's streaming. Like, he always wants to keep saying that people support people for X, Y, and Z. Like, do you think people support Asmongold agrees with Asmongold 100%? Do you think people who support Hassan agrees with Hassan 100%? Do you think people who like support Keemstar agree with Keemstar 100%? Like, do you think people who support people, like, anything in life, just anything, agree with the thing or person, whatever, 100%? No. And again, as I said, this guy is Mr. There's all this nuance, shades of gray, no absolutes, whatever. And he talks in absolutes all the time. He's not thinking, maybe the reason why I have $63 is just that maybe the people who usually support didn't show up. Maybe this is just not the night that I'm gonna make over this amount. He has had slow nights before, both with games that usually got support, games that don't get support, whatever. And then, like he always talks about like Final Fantasy VI doesn't get support. Well, that makes sense, guys. It is an old game, and it's this and that, blah blah blah. And then we'll say this game got support. That's crazy. Like it's just nonsense. Because he always expects new games to get baked in support, and will act surprised when it doesn't. When in reality, new games may not get support because either the people are watching other streamers playing this game day one, or they don't get spoiled if it's a single player driven game. And the other reason why Final Fantasy VI, Ass Creed Resynced, whatever, may get more support and more people like engaged is, get this, these may not be games that people want to hide from because of spoilers. Maybe people are willing to watch them because it's an old game. Like, I will even argue he could play Rebirth right now and it may do better than it did day one, because these are games that have a big audience and people just don't want to be spoiled on them. But he never thinks any of this is reasonable. He may rationalize this for Final Fantasy VI because he has a huge fucking bias towards it, but he said this back in God of War 2018. Yeah, guys, people are not watching God of War 2018 because they don't want to get spoiled or whatever. And I'm sure he may say that again in the future and with other big single player games, but he doesn't apply that to other games. He did not play the Final Fantasy Rebirth, said that no one liked it because he talked about sports. Why not play it during a time where there's no sports going on? And since it's a story-driven game, everyone knows the ending at this point. Why not play it again now and see what happens? Fuck that. Like, he does, like, he's a streamer. And he keeps saying that he's shackled, I can't do anything I want, but then we'll say, I can do whatever I want, and all this other shit. It's just nonsense. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you want, it's not what he wants or whatever the fuck. It's that he is upset that you're not enjoying what he wants you to enjoy. Like, this would be tantamount if a director was doing a interview and people were telling the director, your movie sucks and it's stupid and we wanted this. And then, do you think it'd be worthwhile? Like, why do you think there's always like people who like focus on voice actors or whatever that make statements that are antagonizing of a community? Like, you can empathize to the point of like, yeah, it is annoying that some people are like have very high expectations and this and that. But you could also, I mean, again, like, you don't have to necessarily agree with what the person is saying or whatever, but you can understand why people are like angry. Like, you can understand like the mob, and you may not even agree with the mob. Like, just because you can understand why people are the way that they are doesn't mean you have to agree with them. Like, I can understand like a lot of things that I may not agree with, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with it because I understand it, right? Like, it's far more like you gotta have to use critical thinking in life, and DSP just doesn't have it.
Classics, which I love. What incentive do I even have to play fighting games? And people say, well, why didn't you play the Avatar fighting game? Because it's the same situation. It's a game that doesn't play like other fighters. I would have to learn it from scratch.
Yeah, but like whatever. I mean, that's not why he dropped it. He said he skipped it because it's not a big IP like Marvel, and he never watched the show. The gameplay is like kind of stupid. I don't really care much about the gameplay of Avatar or whatever. But the fact that he was even talking about it was bizarre. I mean, even if you watch the show, I don't think this was a big release for the series anyway. I mean, the series is big, but it's like I don't think these games do very well, if you ask me. And the story is dumb. I'm sorry, that story is fucking garbage. I don't care. The fact that the Legend of Korra game has a better story than that fighting game, that says all you need to know about the story of the fighting game.
No one cares. No one wants me to learn. They either want me to lose and be frustrated to make rage bait content for my detractors, right? Or if I take the time to try to learn it, or I do the content that's in the game, everyone just complains. So what incentive is there to play this? You know what I'm saying? Honestly?
Again, notice there that in what's the motivation? He does not give a fuck about the people in his chat that wanted to watch it. Like, there are people like, well, only Jade, Crimson, and Jax wanted to watch it, but I kind of don't believe that's literally 3 people who wanted to watch him play Marvel Tokon. But if you listen to, like, if you look at the vocal minority of support for the game of those 3 people, and how DSP tells it, like, sure, it's, or the trolls or whatever, it doesn't sound like it has a lot of people who care. But I do think people, like, were kind of engaged watching his single player content or whatever. I just don't think people were, like, they weren't jumping up and down for it. Like, that's the thing. Like, people can enjoy something that they're watching, but that doesn't mean that they're jumping up and down and are willing to, like, fall to their knees over it. Like, come on. Yeah, he played fucking Tokon and all this other stuff, but do we really need to fucking reward him for playing the single player? Phil, you played a video game. Oh my god, I can't believe it, guys. He's playing a video game. Oh my god, guys, and he's moving the character around. Whoa, like, no, of course not. They're probably just be like, okay, this is pretty cool, or whatever. And he always talks about the quiet minority, or the quiet majority, or whatever the fuck. But he's sitting there saying, well, there's gonna be people who are gonna complain, and then the trolls are gonna clip me, so why would I do this? Why would he do anything then? And I love that this is coming from the guy who says, I don't care about what the trolls do. They're gonna do whatever. They're gonna clip whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna live in a bunker all my life and live in fear. And now he's like, well, if you're gonna make fun of me, why would I play fighting games? I thought you don't care about these whiners. Why do you care about the whiners now? Like, this is just nonsense. This is just purely reacting on just bad instinct and bad behavior. And again, like, he never reflects on this. He will pretend he will on Sunday. He's gonna pretend on Sunday. Like, you know what? I wonder, all of the streams before a 2-day break, if he had somewhat of a crash out, so then he can come back on Sunday and then do the I have reformed nonsense. I wonder how much you could find of him doing that. Because it's crazy. Because I'm thinking about this, and that's what he's gonna. I know that's what he's gonna do on Sunday. He's gonna act as if he's a enlightened monk. Oh, guys, I was so bad for Thursday night. I shouldn't have crashed out. I crashed out. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. And there were trolls, and I gave in. I'm sorry. That will never happen again. So let's talk about the schedule. It's gonna be that bullshit where he's gonna force positivity, and then the fucking mouth droolers, they're gonna be, Phil, here's $100. Fuck the trolls. I love you. You're amazing. They're gonna talk to him like he's a fucking toddler. Like, yeah, a temper tantrum. And now the chat is gonna have to calm the toddler down, and then give him little treats, and then, like, talk to him as if he's a cancer patient about to die. Because, like, his chat talks to him like such a fucking baby. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, at this point, I wonder if he's gonna get, like, there were these people in Chris Chan's life where they were trying to white knight and protect Chris Chan from, like, harmful trolls that wanted to do fucked up things to Chris. Like, I mean, whatever, right? But there were people who tried to protect Chris and try to, like, give Chris, like, some form of support so he would, so like, he wouldn't like get fucked up, right? I wonder if we're gonna see people do that for Phil. We're gonna have like the White Knights of Phil that are gonna like, and that's Darciak. I think that is also why you get people like Darcy that are willing to eat it and pussyfoot around Phil and walk on eggshells for him, because they really do want to help him. But it's like you're helping someone that will just take you for granted. It's like a waste of time. Like, you will get more out of doing actual charity or actually helping anyone ever than helping Phil. Like, it's just you're wasting your energy on this guy.
And that's my problem. That's why I was actually really skeptical about even buying it, was I didn't know if people were going to buy into it. And I could tell you definitively today, the actual support I got for the game, they did not. People did not buy into it whatsoever. You know, this is something new. It's something different. I can't just get good at it instantly. I want to play through the content of the game. I feel like number one, what would I absolutely most like to do with this? Play the episodes, because that seems to be their major focus outside of the online competitive.
As I said, like, him saying, oh, people didn't buy in, that's why he was skeptical, blah, 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 blah. That, to me, this part kind of confirmed it to me, that if this game came out on Friday, he would have come back Sunday, say that he saw people were labbing in the game or whatever, talk about how everyone learned the meta, and we would have another FGC crash out about how they play the games that they buy or whatever, and he's not going to do online, he's going to do the single player, or just outright skip the game entirely. That's what we were going to get on Sunday. I guarantee it. I don't even doubt that was what we were going to see. Because this guy, he dunked City of the Wolves because of that. He didn't want to play the beta because he saw that people like labbed the game and all this other shit, but he didn't want to play. But he just wanted to do the single player. That's all he wanted to do, because it's Marvel slop. Like, yeah, I bought the game. I caved because I like Magic's design, and Magic looks like a cool character. But I actually played online, and I probably am gonna keep playing the game until I'm like done with the game. You know what I'm saying?
Competitive play. That's the focus of the game, and it's good. The episodes are entertaining, they're fun, they're well written, they're well animated. Everything is good about those episodes, right? And at least playing those, I'd at least get a taste of each character, because you play with each character at least once, right? So I feel like that's what I would want to do if I play again. But if I do, all that's going to happen is everyone will just sit there and complain, saying I'm not playing online, spamming my chat like they're doing right fucking now, and not supporting.
And again, if you ask him you should stream longer, if some poor soul is going to say that, he's going to say, no, I need work-life balance, blah, blah, blah. Because it's like, if you tell him that maybe instead of like streaming gameplay for 2 hours, maybe he should stream for like 6 hours, and like actually like technically it'd be 7 hours. Technically he should, because 1 hour has to go to maybe even longer. Because again, like the way he does his streams is trash. He does like 30-minute of like slideshow. Then he does like a hour plus morning show ACA podcast, and then he gets into the game. Then we get card packs. So gameplay sandwich between two roundabout long ass segments. Why not? If you want to do those segments, either stream longer, so start earlier. But here's the thing: like this is a long issue that he has. Like he used to start way earlier. Like, I'm gonna go by my own time metric on the East Coast. He used to start streams at 1:30. Then it became 1:40. Then 1:45. Then 2 o'clock. Then 2:10. Then 2:15. Now it's like 2:30 when he does his podcast. And he says that's early. But then, sometimes what he will do is he will then adjust and then start earlier. So let's say he starts at 2 o'clock. Whoa, the podcast starts at 2 o'clock? That's crazy. And then within a week, that's going to get pushed back to 2:05, then 2:10. Then we go back and we creep back to our old ways. This happened also when he eliminated the break between the podcast and the gameplay. And then he would brag about it. Then, guess what ended up happening, guys? He slowly started to phase back in the breaks. He then would say, "Oh, guys, I suddenly have to go to the bathroom. Holy shit." And then, after enough times he did that, he's like, "Okay, guys, bathroom break time. Get some snacks or whatever." And then we're back to having breaks. Like, this is what he does. So you can tell him, stream earlier. He will, and then slowly creep back to his old ways. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't care. What he wants to do, what he loves about this job, is that he gets to sit down in that little gamer chair and play video games for 2 hours and sit around and wrangle you for money. That's what he likes. He likes that he gets to get easy money from easy people. And he projects this on other people. Why do you think he says, "Guys, if you give Wings money, why would you expect him to stay longer? He's gonna take the money and run." Because that's what he did. Why do you think he shat on Sutter and Craig for cashing in on the detractors by having him on the show and doing all this drama shit and then trying to monetize the hate? And then he ran with the money, right? DSP then would go on Kino Casino, get that bag, and run with it. And now he's trying to squeeze the remaining Kino dents. And I'm not saying that everyone who watches Kino Casino are this or whatever. I'm just saying that people who stuck around and willingly support DSP after DSP shits on them, like those people, will still give him money because that's what DSP likes. That's why he'll never leave Kick at all. All Kick Chat is just one giant opportunity for dumb fucks to give him money and enable this because he knows that's what he wants. Yeah, he gets pennies. He gets pennies on the KCIP, but where there's a penny, there's a way. Where there's a penny, there's a dent. Because that's what this guy does. At the end of the day, he doesn't care. All he cares is the money he gets to make off of people who don't care. That's why he curates his audience. That's why you've noticed that his chat, the moment you start pushing back on him, you're out. You get yelled at, you get made an example of, and then you leave. All the people that are left are people who are spineless, don't care, or they don't want to be the next guy. That's why you'll always see people be like, "I can't believe Phil did this to me," because they never think that he would do that to them. Because this guy doesn't care. Look at him.
And that's what frustrates me. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. And certainly I'm not trying to yell at positive people because a lot of you were very positive tonight. I appreciate.
How can you say a lot of you were positive if you said just moments ago there were a lot of trolls? Because then it kind of goes back to Cecil's point, where Cecil was saying, "Why focus on the negativity?" And again, Cecil was talking specifically about DSP yelling at chat. DSP responded with with talking about money and why people are not supporting the streams and all this other shit, when that's not at all what he was talking about. And also, I want to highlight this. He has told people I thought about this because I think Tevin brought this up. When did he bring it up? He brought it up in a video ago. Whatever. He brought it up saying that when he was watching the Jeremy documentary, he's like, "Jeremy, what do you want them to do? Why are you making it their responsibility?" That shit. And what is this? Why is it the responsibility of his viewers to know his money stuff? And again, if you paid attention to this, he'd call you a stalker. Because at the end of the day, it's like all he wants, he doesn't want you to actively think about anything. He just wants you to eat it give him money. That's why he will always kind of like daisy chain you to give him support on all this stuff. Okay, guys, let's get some kicks. Okay, we got some kicks. Okay, let's get some tips. Let's do let's do a little bit of everything or whatever. Like he said, and there was one thing he said that really fucking sounded sleazy, but I can't think of it now. This was a while ago. I want to say this was during the Kino arc. He said something that was very dirty and disgusting and beggy. It was a beg thing. And it was just like, I can't believe this dude said this to his audience. And no one gave him shit. Like, honestly, this dude is so greasy to his own audience. It's great. I love it.
Appreciate that. Most of you were in the YouTube chat who were positive. Okay, most of you were. The kick chat tonight has been absolutely nothing but completely toxic assholes. Okay? They were expecting me to go online and lose endlessly, and I didn't give them what they want.
Again. They got that expectation because you told them I'm gonna play online, and you didn't play it. Again, DSP made it a career to tell us and reinforce into us that when he promises something, or if something's in the schedule, or he says he's gonna do something and he doesn't do it, we will all freak out and lose our shit. He told us he's gonna do online, he didn't do online, and I said, why are you freaking out? Man, maybe don't tell us that people freak out when you don't do something if you expect us not to freak out when you're not doing something, right? If you expect us to react to what we see, I mean, sure, you could argue that, they didn't have to act in that way, but again, I don't care because DSP has told us time and time again that Kick Chat is the rowdy chat. And he never takes them seriously. Like, he never did. I'm, like, again, this is what I mean, that this is a empty thing to bitch about. When has DSP ever read a Kick Chat? Like, it's almost a game at this point. Go back and look at every interaction he has had directly with Kick. And tally how many times he has talked to them in a serious manner. Yeah, he has also been very facetious with the YouTube chat, but it's definitely skewed. He does not give a fuck about Kick Chat. He does, and it's insane. He has openly said that the Kick Chat are just a bunch of Kino holdovers that want to make fun of him, and that's okay. And this, he said, yeah, my Kick Chat, they don't like me, and this and that. But if he's this butthurt, why does he just ban them? Why does he curate the Kick Chat then, in a meaningful way? But no, he doesn't want to do that because it's the troll chat. And again, it's real. I do believe he doesn't want to he doesn't want to ban too much because he doesn't want to ban enough to the point where he thinks that Kino's gonna react to that in a negative way, even though I don't think Kino Casino's gonna care. I think they'd probably care a little bit more if DSP mobilized people to shit on Kino Casino more directly. I think that's probably what they would probably react with, right? That's what a lot of people talk about during the Quarterman situation, where it's like, oh, Curry made the gravest mistake of responding to Kino Casino and trying to get people to attack them, whatever. And that's why they had that back and forth. So that's what was going on. Him just banning accounts that are saying dumb shit instead is not going to get that reaction. Because it's not that Quarterman was banning Kino Casino viewers in chat. It was just that Quarterman was being very vocal in his opposition to Kino Casino. But DSP is so dented and single-brained and dumb and stupid that he thinks that a kick ban would be enough to instigate this. Because he's an idiot. That's why he does it. But at the same time, he's lazy. He's a very lazy person. Laziness will always prevail in DSP's world.
So now they're like a bunch of whiny little brats stamping their feet. Oh, we didn't get gameplay to make fun that Phil sucks at this game. No, you didn't. You didn't. Fuck you. I don't care. You're meaningless. You're insignificant humans. If you were finger snapped, no one would care. That's why you're...
Dude, this dude's only saying this because he's playing Marvel, and Marvel is a mainstream thing, so it's always hip and cool to reference Thanos. Fellow kids. Hello, fellow kids. You ever heard of Thanos and Finger Snap? Isn't it funny and cool and interactive and meaningful? Guys, I'm hip and cool. I know the Marvel slang.
Why you're sitting here trolling my chat. Because if you had a life, you'd be doing that life right now. Do you get it? But anyway, I'm taking 2 days off, and when I come back, I'm not playing.
I like he said this, like, I'm just thinking, right? He is saying shit like, oh, you're trolling me, you have no life, and this and that, but they're watching your stream with fans. And all this other shit. Like, you know? But they're also trolls and all this stuff. Like, if they have no life and they're meaningless, like, okay, let's dive into this a little deeper. This is what I think the point I was trying to make, right? If they're so meaningless and they are insignificant, why did he crash out about trolls complaining about the content? Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is like every time I do a video at this point, it just boils down to this because and it just shows how shallow and empty and little he cares about the phrase, you can please some of the people all the time, but he can't please all the people all the time. Yet DSP will always act as if he could please all the people all the time. He will say the saying all the time, but he'll never mean it. He'll never believe it. It's like he doesn't understand what it means in practice. Like, yeah, you're doing single player content. There's gonna be people who are not gonna like the single player content. Shocker, I know. But maybe instead of like crashing out on the people who don't like it, you could just play what you want, and then just do whatever instead of making it a big spectacle. But he's doing this so that he could probably also point to this as why he's not doing online. I do have a feeling, like the other thing we may see in the coming week is that he's gonna say, guys, I'm not playing online. You guys were very toxic about it, and I don't think I want to do it. Like, he kind of alluded to that. And then, even then, I'm also going to say, he always LARPs as if he was going to play these modern fighters in a meaningful time. Street Fighter 6 is the only modern fighter that outlasted them all. But get this, guys. It's a Street Fighter game. Baked in bias. Because he never does that with any other modern fighter. Never. He never did. They always go on for like a week, a month, whatever. The moment he's done with a single player, like this is what's kind of silly, right? And I don't know if he said earlier, where it says, well, if I do online, then we'll never see the single player content. Yeah, he saves the multiplayer for last, so that he could say he saw it all. He experienced the single player content, he did the multiplayer, that's the natural conclusion of a fighting game. And there's no like living business. No one's gonna say, "Oh, Phil didn't finish the story mode," even though they kind of did that with Street Fighter 6. But get this, nobody cared. I think people probably cared more about the arcade mode in comparison than the single player, because the arcade mode is actually short. I mean, you can make it longer if you want, but it's generally a short mode.
Not playing this. I just played it all day. I don't want to play it again on Sunday because we just played it all day, right? I would like to do it later.
Remember when you played DK Bonanza and we did the whole, guys, I learned that you guys don't like it when we play a game all day, so we're not doing that ever again. And since then we've been doing that again. Anyways.
Later in the week, and what I was thinking, I would do it on Tuesday. Like Sunday, we do Assassin's Creed and Pokemon. Monday, we do Dark Souls and Final Fantasy. And then Tuesday, this would be the daytime stream. So we'd probably play through another episode. And hopefully, if we play through the other episode, it takes 2 hours, we would have another hour maybe to jump online and actually do some online play. Okay? But I had no idea the episode would be 2 hours.
But the thing is, okay, this is what I'm also going to say. That's like a stupid, like, schedule. Hear me out. 1 hour of online. And I'm taking the wait time for matchmaking out of the equation here. Because what I want to focus on is a session of multiplayer. I have had recently, like a few days ago, when I was playing Guilty Gear Strive, everyone's favorite Guilty Gear game. And I had the absolute worst session I've ever imagined. Like, I was going on massive losing streaks. I just was losing. Like, it was bad, and I was getting like heated about it too. Uh, and by the time that I got better matches, I got hungry. I was like, okay, I need to have dinner time. It's din time for me, dude. So I'd end it, and it kind of frustrated me because it's like, yeah, of course. By the time I'm done playing the game, like, uh, I started getting better matches. But the thing that was like that I'm trying to highlight here is I spent the majority of that day. I think I might have done a video. I think I did a video talking about Metal Gear Solid 4. I did that video, and then I was drawing for a bit, and that kind of put me in that bad headspace too because I was drawing and it just was not coming out, and it was like hot and humid. It was that was also like a whole thing. And then I was like, okay, well, I do want to like play some of Strive. So I play Strive, and then like I just didn't have enough time, and it was a miserable experience. Doing 1 hour, like you could luck out, and that could be a solid hour, but that may not be enough time to get that if you're not in a good mindset, right? And it doesn't sound like it's in a good mindset when he does 2 hours of online content with people whining and complaining, right? So I just don't think an hour of online is like realistic because I feel like if I could go to a Maximilian stream because Maximilian streamed Marvel Tokon for 11 hours, and I don't know how long. Like, I guess we can do a mini field trip. Let's go to a mini little field trip to Maximilian Dube. And we'll go to the stream.
Transcending history.
Okay, I do not care what he has to say. We're just gonna mute that. Let's see. This is like tutorial. So let's see. In this video, when does he go online? We are 3 hours in. No. Yeah, 3 hours in, and we are still doing offline content. Let's see. Is this online? No. Let's see. Offline. Okay, let's just okay, this should be okay, he's definitely doing online. Definitely. So we are like 8 hours in. 8 hours in. And he starts like he's doing like a match. I mean, a little bit under 8 hours, I'd say. I think. Whatever. He's starting like here, right? So this is like halfway through his stream, it seems. Like he went to offline, he went to online. If this was DSP, the ratio would be more like 10 hours online, 1 hour offline. No, online. 1 hour online. Like, it's like right dab in the middle. Like, did he even do the story? Did he even do an episode? I don't even know if he did an episode. It says he did story, though. What kind of story did he do? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Okay, this is definitely the, he did one episode. He did one episode, and that's his team. What was his team he took online? Let's analyze the gameplay. Oh, look at that! He picked characters that weren't in the story mode he did. Now, he did do like the character training shit, but again, notice at the time, this was like this, but this is an 11-hour stream. I'm just gonna go to a random part let's go here. Let's look at the chat replay. I'm gonna do live chat. Let's see. Dog, it is noon. So much light. Okay. Let's see. Wow, they're engaged with the story, guys. They're engaged. Morning stream. Oh, he did it in the morning. Oh. So he started early to do this. It doesn't tell you the time, I think, when it starts, but it's fine. It's whatever. I guess I could look at when he started promoting the stream, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to be that petty. But it was an 11-hour stream. Day one. DSP's launch coverage? Like, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the hours, right? Let's audit the hours. 2 hours of story, let's see. So 3 hours of story, and 34 minutes of online. No, let's even go, like, that's his experience. That's his experience. Now let's total this up. It's like, what? 3 hours and, like, 50 minutes. Roughly. That's... So, like, I'm not gonna do the exact science, so I'm just gonna round it to, like, a solid... Well, no, well, whatever. A solid, like, 4 hours. I'll be generous. Say 4 hours. He played 4 hours of the game. Oh, I closed out of Maximilian Doom's stream. But he was probably doing, see if I remember what he was doing. I'll say he was just doing, like, tutorial shit. 4 hours he did tutorial shit. 4 hours of his gameplay is just story and 30 minutes of multiplayer. If you take the multiplayer out, it's just 3 hours and like 20 minutes of offline content. In 4 hours, Max learned the team, then he played like another couple of hours of story, then he went online. But he streamed for 11 hours. Now, Maximilian Dude has a family. Did his family, like, hate him for doing that? Did Maximilian's family was like, Max, you streamed for 11 hours? Your kid was like, started developing alcoholism because of it. You know that little Max Jr. started drinking all the alcohol in the house because he didn't see you, and I also drunk alcohol because I didn't see you either, Max? Like, did his family crash out that he streamed Marvel for 11 hours? No, because people understand that sometimes people want to do things and they want to do things for a long period of time so they get like whatever they want to do in life. Again, it's one thing if you're doing like, again, it's as I said, like the sitcom logic, the sitcom message of when like the father's overworking or whatever, that they need to spend time with their family. It's not that they need to kneecap the job and or kneecap their life to be at the behest of their family. It's that, yeah, you can do what you want, but just don't like neglect your family. Like, that's the message. Like, you know, that's like, don't be a deadbeat. DSP has the most low stakes family you could have. Like, and it's the average family people have now because it's expensive to have a kid, right? Like, whatever. But a lot of people are just like a couple and they have a cat, whatever, and they're able to do what they want. Like, this is insane. He's acting as if he'd spend time playing video games, that cat's just gonna be like, okay, I'm out of the house. Like, yeah, if you start like ignoring her, but he's ignoring her even when he's making time for her. So does it really make sense?
Be 2 hours long. I didn't even split the part. I actually made it one video because I had no idea that the episode was 2 hours long. I thought it was going to be like an hour 15 like the Doom episode was, right? Now, here's my concern. When I play this again next week, is anyone going to come by and show up and support, or is it going to be a bunch of whiny bitches saying, why aren't you playing online? Right?
Well, whiny bitches. Yeah, shut out your audience, Phil.
Pork Bun Princess, this isn't me crashing out. This is me calling you a bitch because you're a fucking bitch. You are a bitch. You're a worthless human. You're a toxic individual.
You are crashing out. Like, this dude said that, and he's, like, yelling at this person. Like, holy shit, dude. I'm not fucking crashing out, bitch! God damn it! I'm not fucking crashing out. You're fucking crashing out. What a great retort.
Who adds nothing to human existence. If you didn't exist, no one would care. That's what I'm telling you. That's not me crashing out. That's me calling you a fucking bitch. How do you like it?
I mean, that is a form of crashing out. Like, these people definitely fall for the you mad.
Anyway.
He definitely
Thank
fall
you for a
that.
great week. This was a great week. This was an absolutely great week,
Was
guys.
it, though?
It was a good one.
I love. He had this crash out and then said it was a great week. So maybe instead of like focusing on oh my god, this stream was slow, you could just be like, well, at least the other week was good, so that's fine. Like, why not just like do that? Like, what? Like, if this week was so good, why not just take that in stride and then be like, okay, yeah, this stream didn't do well, but I like the story mode. Yeah, people didn't like that, but whatever. Why not just do that? Why didn't he have that attitude?
Good one. Overall, things went really well. And yeah, I really enjoyed myself with everything that we did. I like this game. I just need to play a lot more of it. Like, to go online, I feel like I do need to play a lot more of it. King Crimson has a valid point. If I don't play this game online or in training
King
and go through the
Crimson,
character
guys.
tutorials and all of that, I'll literally never learn anything. Just going online, you'll never learn. You'll have people, like I said, my first match online was a guy who literally did one jab in the air with Blade, landed, and did a 50% damage combo off of that jab. That's who I'm facing in fighting games today. There's no more casuals. Everyone in the FGC is a fucking tryhard because they've made all execution in fighting games so easy that there's no more skill level needed to just do that shit. All you need to do is study.
I don't know what he means by this. Like, there's no casuals. You can't go online and learn. You have to study. He says this right after he said he needs to go offline and learn the game. He said this about other fighters. Like, I can't follow this, like, at all. Like, if he's talking about, like, the execution is so lax that, like, you could pull off a lot of crazy combos that you don't know, that you need to, like, know how to fight to face them or whatever, okay, fine. But that's part of learning. Right? Like, it's it's the same even if the execution is high. Like, if I go to Super Turbo right now and I played it online immediately and I didn't do the arcade or whatever, how would I learn? Like, he acts as if you could just go online and learn the game. I mean, there is learning when you go online, but at the same time, like, that can only get you so far. Like, that's why, like, when I play Strive, that's why I don't think I'm, like, that good at the game. Like, part of me is just mashing. And like, yeah, the lax makes you feel like you're better than you are sometimes. But that is, like, a very different thing from saying the inputs are lax and you need to learn. Like, it's more that, like, things are just easy to put together that, like, like, whatever. I don't know. I'm not, like, a fighting game head here.
It's like a bookworm. Oh, I studied online. I watched a bunch of videos. Now I could just do 50% combos on a whim. No one can just play fighting games online and have fun anymore because the FGC ruined it. I'm going to repeat what I just said. The FGC ruined fighting games. They're not fun anymore.
This makes no sense. Like, and this also makes no sense at all. The argument of, like, games getting casualized and simple and this, that, were not from the FGC. Like, This is what I mean. Like, he has no like concept of anything. Because if he paid attention to the FGC, he would have known it's been a very like big discourse about modern fighters being too like the shit he's bitching about. Like, that's dude. I'm doing these videos, and it's like it's just like insane how much I have to like talk, because it's just like insane, man. I'm like losing my mind here. But he's saying like, because the shit he's saying because he's saying that the game's too casualized, and this he's blaming the FGC for this. The FGC has been saying basically what he's saying, but the thing he's saying is like nonsense. Because he's saying that because the execution being too easy, sure, that's true. Like, a lot of the characters share the same inputs across the board. Like, the properties are probably a little different overall, but they're all the same inputs. And it's like, and a lot of people may not like that. They may say, this is dumb, whatever. But, like, this move to making games uniform or simple or easy execution, the fighting game community has always spoken against it. And these people say, if someone says, Phil, it's not the community, it's the game developer, he would do the same shit he does now. I'm not talking about the line, the floor level coder. I'm talking about the executives, but the game design is too kind of nonsense he would do. Like, that's the kind of shit he'd do. And which is devalues is nonsense. Because if he paid attention to what the FGC were saying about this game, he would know that people were overly mixed on the game. People may not like the inputs of the game, but even in general with modern fighters, they don't like it. If you listen to anyone that plays Guilty Gear on any competitive level, a lot of them don't like Strive. They would much rather go to Accent Core or Exard or whatever. A lot of people that stick with Strive are either people who are new to the fighting game community or people who want to stay with the most modern fighter because that's going to be the one that's going to get the most tournaments or whatever. Like, that's just the nature of things. Like, blaming the FGC is the dumbest thing, and it's just latent resentment he has with it because they're not sucking his dick all the time. Like, if the FGC was going out of their way praising DSP that he wants them to do, and defending Super Turbo with their life, he would probably have a higher opinion of the FGC. But since they're not, and they're not a monolith, they're fucking awful and stupid, and they're ruining fighting games. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Because they all made it about studying everything and knowing it day one.
And this is the guy that says that people need to learn the games. He said this. He said people need to learn the games all the time. He has said people are bad humans when he crashes out in his Unk fighters because they didn't learn the game. And all this. And again, he says these games are very easy, and yet now he's saying, oh, now the EFGC are making games where you have to learn the game. Huh? So I guess the semantics is that you should only be able to learn both offline and online. But now it seems that you can only learn offline. But that's not even the case. Some people learn online just as much as they learn offline. Or they just don't learn at all. I just think what ends up happening with DSP is that there's either he didn't fight enough scrubs. Again, he only fought online for 30 minutes. Like, you're not getting a big variety of people when you're fighting for 30 minutes. And I do think that he has this preconceived expectation that he should be able to hang without going, like, whatever. But he didn't do any of the tutorials. He did the episode mode, then went online. Why didn't he go online on the night stream then? Like, this judgment he has about the online community is kind of like ridiculous when he hasn't played enough of it. And it's really ironic when you watch him play day one of any game and people ask him, oh, what do you think of this game? Like, look at the Beast Incarnate, whatever the fuck that game is called. You're like, I didn't play the game long enough. I don't know anything about the game.
That's not fun. Quote me on it, clip me on it. You ruined fighting games when you made it that every player needs to know every piece of the meta day one, or they can't even have fun in an online match. You ruined your entire hobby. You ruined your community. You ruined the games. Now, why would anyone want to casually play this game?
Okay, this is like a dude that's getting filtered without even realizing it, almost. Like, the game is filtering him, like, actively. Because if you like a game, like, I kind of subscribe to Maximilian Dude's philosophy in that you don't need to make a game easy for people to learn the game. Just make a character that people want to play and they'll learn the character. Like, that's how I felt with Jacko. Always loved her design. I thought her design was really cool in Exard and this and that. And this is Exard I'm talking. And I watched and I wanted to learn her. I watched a YouTube video that explained how her mechanics, and I was like, okay. And then I did her combo trials in Exard, and then I played online. Love the character. This guy just is upset that now the FGC is saying that they should learn the game day one. Phil, you said people should learn the game day one. But then it says, well, how can they learn if they go online? Like, you should not go online and expect to learn. I mean, first off, like, there is lag. You're not going to get an ideal situation to learn because of that. That's, like, number one. Number two, a person may understand the system better than you. Like, that's why you don't do that. Like, you can learn online, but that's, like, really... The only thing you will learn if you play online is, honestly, just how to play the game under pressure and how to respond to something that's not a program. Like, that's it. If you have no idea how the game works and you go online, you are just not going to understand what to even do. You're going to be a babe in the woods. Like, it's like really just, hey, you don't know how to assemble a car? Build a car. Like, that's what you're doing. And this crash out about the FGC, it's just bitter resentment towards the community for no reason. Because he's blaming the wrong... First of all, he's blaming the wrong people. The FGC did not make this game. Arc System Works worked on it. Sony published it. Like, you know, maybe Disney and Marvel supervised it, whatever. But those are the people who made the game. The FGC had nothing to do with the game at all, and he was told that the FGC also had drama with this game. They were very critical of the first game, but I guarantee he's gonna say, even though he never played the early betas, that they probably told them to do this bullshit, so they made the game like this. When probably what they told Arc System Works, from what I'm to understand, probably like properties and stuff like that. I think the overall, like, design of the game is still, like, the way it's intended. Like, I don't think that they are, like, you know, it's not like, they made this game 1v1, and then Maximilian Dube emailed Arx and was like, I think you should make this a tag game. I don't think that's what happened. I think it was just, we want this as a tag game. Hey, this thing is a little bit broken, and the characters don't feel unique enough. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna give them properties then, or something, whatever. Like, I don't think it was enough to change the overall design. It's probably just working on the properties. Like, it's the amount of involvement that wouldn't matter if they were there, right? Like, the overall game is the game that it is.
When the first match online, someone destroys them with 50% combos off of a jab. No one will. They're just going to play it with their friends offline, and that's it. Then throw it away.
I love this, then throw it away. Like, so there's no value in having a game that you can play offline. As he says he wants to play this game offline. Right.
Unbelievable. It really is. Like, there's no time for fun anymore in fighting games. It really annoys me. I grew up at a time when fighting games were absolutely fun to play day one, and they're not anymore. They're just annoying.
But it is fun. I mean, I had fun with it, and I'm not a huge fan of the system. Yeah, pat 10 degrees. If you're being that upset, you should probably get some help.
Anyway, so yeah, MK1 was the same, Jade. You're right. MK1 was worse because MK1 just the game stunk anyway.
Oh my god. No, it's not.
They really
It's
did.
not the same as MK1. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Saturday. I return on Sunday. Like I said, we'll have a level 1 podcast. We will have a fun session of relaxing, chill Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where we'll probably try to do more story. And then we're going to do Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Monday will be Dark Souls 2 and Final Fantasy 6. And so Tuesday we'll come back to Marvel Tokon. We'll give it a break. And I think, like I said, here's the thing. It's one of two things. Either I go in training mode and try to learn character tutorials or whatever, and then go online, or I do more episodes. It's one or the other, but either way, I'm not just going online. There's no point. Especially by Tuesday. By Tuesday, these people will have tryharded the game so hard.
I love that everyone that's playing the game are all tryharding the game by playing the game and learning the game. But he has to go offline and learn the game. Huh? Like, again, like, why can't you just learn the game? And he watched videos before. Street Fighter 6 was full of him talking about, okay, I watched the combo videos of Blanca. I'm gonna do some like, so this guy did this and that, and look at this, and he did this, and he did that, and this, and blah, blah, blah. He watched so many videos, and he had, like, King Crimson holding his hand to play CVS2, and all this other bullshit. But these other people that are tryharding the game by learning and studying, that's awful and stupid. But not Phil. He can watch all the YouTube videos he wants. Sure, he could argue, I'm not watching like a how-to guide. I'm watching a match, and I'm learning that. Which is like, okay. But how do you know that people are not doing that with this game? Like, you know, and it's kind of like disgusting that, like, this is the kind of shit that people like a bitch about as well. And I think I talked about this in the last video, I don't even remember, but I think people who complain about people sharing tech and sharing this are a bunch of fucking babies. Like, I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with sharing like techniques in fighting games. Like, I think, like, trying to keep that to yourself is like just loser shit. If you can't hang with the stuff you've learned, if someone else learned it, then you're not a good player. Like, I don't give a fuck if you tell me, yeah, well, if someone knows it, they're gonna know a way around it. Yeah, you should know that then. If they know how to work around it, and you know the work of how that works, then you should be able to think about that. Like, I think this whole concept of, like, oh my god, if everyone knows everything, then, like, nothing's valuable or whatever. When it comes to this, it's like, grow up. Like, just learn the game. Like, it's just bullshit. Like, and I've seen this in, like, more people talk about this in our community, and I agree with it. Where it's like, there's nothing wrong with animators sharing their techniques, showing like, oh, this is how I did this frame, look how cool this is, or whatever. Like, it's a collaborative process, and yet they are still competing, but they're still sharing their tech. Just because they share their tech doesn't mean that they lose their competitive edge. Like, that's a fairy tale. That is a myth. In competition, both sides are aiming to win. You can share your tech all you want. Like, that's it. I love that this guy thinks that if you share tech, that you can't learn at all. And it's bullshit. It's such a petty baby mode mentality that just shows you're not talented. You're washed up. You're completely washed if you can't hang and people know the game. Like, I'm sorry. You should just never touch a fighting game if that's how you see it.
That it won't even be fun at all. You know what I'm saying? They're going to just flood the online community with endless amounts of nonsense. No casual play fun, you know? So, whatever you guys want, if you want to try new characters and stuff on Tuesday,
and
let's
the
talk.
thing is, at the end of the day, this is a meaningless rant. A meaningless thing to say, because if it's not this, he's gonna say, "Oh, they're lagging and cheating. They're cheating with the lag. They're doing this." Because look at him playing these the Unsub fighters, games that he's good at. Does he? He always complains that people are cheating by lagging and all this other shit. So if it's not that, it's them. It's them being tryhard. If it's not that, they're lagging. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because he doesn't want to play this game beyond the launch window. Because he's not into these kind of games. He would much rather play his Slot because he can hang better and body other scrubs that are picking up these collections.
Let's talk about it. But I hope that people will come back and understand that that's what's coming and then support it. Because if I get to another $60 stream of Marvel Tokon, I'm just not playing it again. Okay? Every other game I'm playing.
So I love that, like, first off, he's like complaining about people complaining about the game, and now it's like, if I come back, so if he made $60 and everyone's like, "I love you, Phil, you're amazing, oh my god, I love this," that's not good enough. But here, he couldn't stop talking about the trolls. See, this is what I mean. The reason why he loves Cake Chat being trolls is just so that they could be the scapegoat. Guys, see, the trolls are here. The trolls, see, the trolls. Because notice that it's always the trolls and Kick, and then, oh, yeah, there's some in YouTube. Yeah, there's one or two. But the Kick Chat, look at them. They're trolling. So, clearly, I can't play the game because everyone's going to yell at me. Kick Chat's trolls. But now, we're saying that if it's another $60 game, a $60 stream, he's not going to play it. But I thought the issue was that people were complaining. What? I thought that was the big issue. But now it's the support? So now the support matters. But then but when he dropped Truck Sim, he said, "Well, no, the trolls wanted that to continue." But then the troll, like, it just seems he just loves blaming the trolls for everything, and then just say, "Hint, hint, guys, the support's not good." And then if he wants to drop it and the support's good, well, guess what? The trolls were supporting the whole time. So it doesn't matter. Trolls is really just the catch-all for what he wants them to be.
Has done great. This is the only one. And I feel like it's because there's so many toxic idiots who just want me to lose rather than actually learn and enjoy. I don't care. But I'm not going to continue to waste time on it if it doesn't get people here to support it. I feel like earlier today there were a few, but it was mostly people who wanted to see me with these cards. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Didn't he argue during the stupid Chill with Phil stream that people don't support for the cards? Or whatever the fuck. Like, he argued that with someone. And now they're supporting for the cards. As I said, the cards have been the worst thing that's been introduced to the stream. Like, honestly, when he did the vest streak, that was more endearing than this. Like, I can't remember him talking about the vest as much as he's talking about the fucking cards. This shit is awful. Every stream, cards. And he said, "I don't want my streams to be cards. And that's all we've been talking about.
Tonight, no one's really supported for the Yu-Gi-Oh! And we had maybe 3 people support for the game. And that
Isn't it funny? I gotta highlight this. Remember when the card packs used to be $50 to unlock? Now it's to do like oh my god, is it 150 to do a fucking pack rips? Holy shit, then we're back to the 150 gold then. But we all knew that. We all knew that $150 gold went nowhere. It never left. It just became hidden. And more scammy. Like, that's what's even funnier. He says he's the most transparent streamer, but all he did was make the gold transparent, and now no. He made the goal hidden. So it's a little bit more dishonest. Because that's what he wants. But he gets $50. Like, he's not even saying, "Well, we got a Packers, but we don't have enough to do a show now." Now we're just straight up saying, we didn't get enough to open a card pack. But you did. I thought, like, I don't know if he changed the rules, because I swear, he said, like, when he was going to play Pal World, we get a free card pack. Is he still doing a free card pack for Pokemon? Like, I feel like these rules have changed into a way to force it to be $100. Isn't it funny that he initially wanted the card packs to be $100, and he claimed, I want to be $100 so it's not interrupting every stream. And then suddenly, magically, we have now decided to open card packs for over $100, and anything under that, nothing. We don't even talk about the card packs that we get under that, to the point where I don't even think that $50 gives you a card pack anymore, and that the free card packs don't exist anymore. Then, he says he didn't want to do it every stream, but guess what? He's been asking to do pack rips every stream! Like, I'm sorry, like, it's every stream now. He wants this. This is the one stream that he doesn't do it. He's like, where's the card packs? Where's the card packs? Where is it? Like, it's insane. It's insane. And he will always tell you when he gets a card pack, it's okay. I'm not expecting to open card packs every stream. But then the one stream he doesn't get it, this dude is acting like they're gonna have to go to a soup kitchen for the day off. Like, motherfucker, it's one stream you didn't get a card pack. I think you can survive.
And that was it. I mean, literally, I'm not even kidding. Take a look. We got Jax Raxer. We have Trials, who was upset with me because I didn't stop in the middle of playing the actual story to respond to his question in his super chat, even though this is not a Q&A stream. It's a gameplay stream with narrative. I have to pay attention to the game, so he's mad at me. We had Ghost...
But I love it's a single-player game, and he could have responded. Like, what is this excuse?
...with the super chat. We had one sub on Kick, no lie. We had one person who did 100 kicks. And earlier, we had Max, who did a nice super chat. And he basically gave a super chat for Yu-Gi-Oh! He said in his super chat that it was for Yu-Gi-Oh! So actually, there was maybe 2 people who supported the entire stream for the game. You see? So...
But guys, it's not about the money. Meanwhile, he just talked about the money. Like, at this point, people need to just hit him with the, okay, but so, sorry we didn't get the support. Then he says, it's not about the support. So, like, so if we were all happy and he made $63, we wouldn't be getting a scolding too, even though you're, like, talking a lot about the support. Like, again, if he just doubled down more on the, if people were not yelling at me, this would have been a cooler stream or whatever, that's one thing, but he literally said, I can't have another tokon stream that's $63. Like, how do you think the viewer's gonna take that, dumb fuck?
I don't know what else to say, but... You know, I'll give it I already bought it. I will give it another shot on Tuesday. I do hope that will actually get people for it, okay? And again, I want to say thank you. Overall, this week was exceptionally good. This week went really well and was very fun. We did an insane amount of cards. We did Lorcana. We did One Piece. We did Pokemon, right? We now are doing Yu-Gi-Oh! We played a good variety of games. You guys are continuously supporting Final Fantasy VI, which I very much appreciate. So thank you all for that. But yeah, tonight is frustrating. Tonight is, with the attitudes and the behavior of these idiots over here, and the fact that there was almost no support for the brand new game. Yeah, that does upset me. So.
He told us so many times in the past that he doesn't get a lot of support for brand new games. So again, we've had this exact rant before. Like, we've literally had it. This is a little bit more like, he put more seasoning on it, to be fair. But he has crashed out about new games not doing well, to the point where he says, I guess you don't need to do new games, man. Yeah, you know, they all suck, man. But we're still crashing out about it then. So, like, because remember that big thing? I love indies! We're doing indies! Indies are everything! AAA failed us! Indies! And now we're like, yeah, new release didn't do well, guys. New release didn't do well. Didn't do well. New release didn't do well. Oh, okay.
Okay. So all you on Kick tonight who are toxic, I'm not hosting anyone. You can go do whatever you want with your time, but I'm not going to dump toxic people on top of somebody else. I'm not. I refuse.
This shit is like, again, he probably gets off talking to his audience like they're children. Like, this dude probably was like so excited to say that. I bet he's more like even when he's like rating someone, he's like, "Hey, here we got a raid. Okay, that let's see what he's doing. Okay, guys." Like it's like when you watch like those children's shows like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or whatever, and they're like, "Let's go see the train," and the train show's like, "Oh, we're gonna go over there. Oh, let's see what's over there." That's how DSP like raids people. It's like really insufferable when you have a lot of brain cells, let's say. But then like when he doesn't want to raid someone because you misbehave, he's like, I'm not doing that. And it's like, dude, you think people are gonna like if you raid someone, these people are gonna just like yell at the other streamer? Like, hello? And also like these people can just go to another stream and do it anyway. Like, does it really matter? And again, if like, I mean, the only way it would matter, because like, okay, this is something else. Because this shit, it's always funny to me because it never makes sense. It never makes sense because what would happen? Let's say that they're all kind and happy and they love Phil, and then he's like, oh, okay, let's raid Matt TV. Then he raids Matt TV, and then they're like, okay, he raided Matt TV. Guys, let's start the hate campaign. And then they started like trolling. Like, does it? What if that's their game plan? Like he acts as if like these people are only gonna troll if they're trolling Phil. When like, and then he thinks that this will like improve morale. How many times has he done this? By the way, a lot. And it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like this is just stupid. He just wants to seem like he has authority, like, and he thinks this is a punishment. Like, oh, these people are losing sleep. You're not rating Matt TV that we rated so many times. Oh my God, Phil. Oh my God, I'll never recover from this. We'll behave next time. Like, who cares?
And I will see you all on Sunday. Okay? Sound good? All
It's
right,
almost
I hope
like
to
a
see you all
code
Sunday.
for-
We'll start all again. It is a 6-day week.
You know what? I'm gonna predict something. I'm predicting your future stepdad is gonna come back with maybe even Dr. Lex. Dr. Lex is like a bonus. That's like a side bet. But your future stepdad's gonna show up again, and he's gonna wail the fuck out for Phil. He's gonna be like, Phil, I'm gonna give everyone in Kick Chat a sub for every time you cried. And then he's gonna be like, oh my God, you're future step, because we haven't seen him in a while, and future step does this a lot, where he doesn't show up, he shows up again, and all this. So I've been noticing a pattern. As DB say, I'm noticing patterns with his community, dude.
Next week, by the way, not a 5-day, but a full 6-day week. And it should be a good one. Should be good variety next week. No new games next week. It'll be Marvel Tokon balanced with everything else here. Okay?
So
Alrighty,
we
everybody.
are going to keep playing
Thank
Marvel
you so
Tokon.
much for a great week.
Okay, so why were we crashing out about, like, saying that he's going to drop the game when he said that he's going to keep playing the game? Okay.
And I'll see you all on Sunday. And by the way, on Sunday, we should also talk about more cards, because I wanted to get those Dragon Ball ones. They were sold out.
More
They
cards!
actually
We have
sold
not
out
heard
between
enough
the
about this
podcast and
before.
this afternoon, when I went to buy them, they were sold out. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So,
you should buy
okay,
cards,
everyone, thank you.
Hentai cards.
See you all Sunday. Good night and peace out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Oh, and he did bye-bye. I hate bye-bye. Like, that's like the worst. So, I'm debating now. Oh my God, this is almost 3 hours long. I don't know if I want to do this daily wrap after all. But let's listen to this. There's a part here that's kind of
It's up to them. It's not your job to come to my stream and tell me how to run it. Fuck off. No one cares about your opinion.
Get a load of this. Watch this.
Holy shit. Like, seriously, why do people think on planet Earth that their opinions matter? There's a difference between, it's like, okay, well, Phil, here's some constructive criticism, all right? You could have done this to make the stream go better today.
Okay, Phil, here's some constructive criticism. But then when people were like saying we won online, he crashed out on them. But then he says that I don't care about your opinions. But then he crashed out on them because of their opinions. What? Huh?
Or, did you know this about the game? Maybe you should do this next time or something like that. Versus, I just don't like the way you do your stream. Well, then fuck off and leave. No one cares about your whiny opinion. Literally no one. It's insignificant.
So,
How do people not get this yet?
but then why did you crash up on Marvel Tokon?
No, that's not a toxic attitude. That's a realistic attitude. That's life. You get it?
Get it?
If someone in life does well for themselves, right?
Right.
And they operate and they're successful, they have a right to operate it how they want, especially if they're successful. Now, you don't have to like it. That's true. You might be like, oh, I don't like the way this person operates, okay? But guess what? Success is a result of hard work, dedication, finding the right things that do work. I have fine-tuned my content. I have made it so that I do a variety of content. So even although this stream didn't particularly do so well, last night we had an overabundance of support for a stream.
Isn't it funny? Like, man, when was that $2,000 Final Fantasy 6 stream? I don't even remember. I'm scared to ask. Let's see.
Okay, I'm back. It's time for more Final Fantasy VI.
Final Fantasy 6, where you have more Final Fantasy 6. Oh, so it wasn't the night before. It would have been funny if it was.
We're already going to be doing a
Oh my god, dude, I hate this leaderboard so much. Yeah, it's not this one. It must have been the other. It must have been the stream before that. But regardless, it's the same week. It's the same week. He got this much money, and he didn't have this attitude. It's so funny. He has this attitude when he's making money. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's okay if we have a slow stream. As he sits at like $150, $2,000, $60. Where the fuck is my money?
stream, so it evens out. It's okay. But I want to make it known. My content is dictated by how many people show up, engage, and support because I'm a public entertainer. If I don't say those things and I just lie to my audience or I'm dishonest and there's no transparency, that's...
You are being dishonest. You still have a goal. I mean, someone called him out on this, and he said, "Well, it's a milestone, but I guess you could see it as a goal." Like like at that point, that to me was like an admission that these milestones are basically goals. Like, come on. I mean, then he pretended that, well, yeah, a goal is when you hit it, then you're done. First off, he used to do goals where it's like, okay, 0 out of 50 gets $50. 50 out of 100 gets 100. 100 out of 150. Like, that's what he used to do for goals, by the way. Then he kept it at 150. But then after he hit the goal, he would still ask for more. Because maybe one dude wailed out, and he's like, well, this guy doesn't need to be the only one. This and that. Like, so regardless. And then you look at, like, any stream, and you're like, okay, well, the Tokon stream was $60. Like, that's not terrible. I mean, it's not $0. And, like, you made a lot of money, like, the stream before. You made $2,000 earlier this week. Like, $60 should be, like, okay to, like, deal with, right? Like, you can tank the hit, tank the hit. But yet, he still crashed out about not getting enough support.
That's far worse than me being honest. So if you're someone who's a pussy, and you can't...
And again, I love that he's saying, like, let's hear this again.
Public entertainer. If I don't say those things and I just lie to my audience or I'm dishonest, but I want to make it known. My content is dictated by how many people show up, engage.
So, like, you know, so you saying that, oh, I don't like that he's not happy with the support or whatever. He's like, so you want me to lie? He's like, no, I don't think he said that. I think he's just saying you could just be grateful for what you have because some people don't have anything. Like, he doesn't have to sit there and be like Mother Teresa or like cure the hurt of the world, but he could just sit there and say like, you know, this stream, how much money did he make? $70. $70. $70. 70 fucking dollars.
Finding the right things that do work.
$70.
I have fine-tuned my...
$2 more than the Tokon stream, and it gets this much of an attitude difference. Yeah, it's okay if there's a slow stream, man. Let's sing Kumbaya. Tokon, where the fuck is my money? You guys are being toxic and evil and stupid. And where's my money? Here? Yeah, you guys are toxic, but no, yeah, you guys are toxic and trolling, but I'm happy. I love my job. We had a good stream this week. We had a good week. He gets $68. And you know what the other thing is? This dude always says, oh, you know what? I didn't get support because this was a weird week, man. I'm streaming 5 days a week. I'm streaming for 5 days this week. Things changed. Whatever. But Marvel Tokon magically doesn't get all these excuses as to why it didn't do well. Now it's just, where the fuck is my money? It's a new release, bitch. But he didn't do anything unique with this. The one time he did something weird about a new release was Crimson Desert. And he only streamed differently for that game because he was forced to. That's it.
My content. I have made it so that I do a variety of content. So even although this stream didn't particularly do so well, last night we had an overabundance of support for a stream.
So why didn't he have this attitude? Look how much he's trying to dunk on his audience by see how cool and calm I am. See, yeah, this didn't do so well, but last time was pretty good. So balances out, man. Slurpy slurpy. But it's just the attitude difference is it's so performative. It really is this dude is manic. Maybe he is bipolar. I don't know. It's so funny that $70 gets him to be like, Mr. Zen. Yeah, this stream is slow, but it's okay, man. Let's love life together. Meanwhile, Marvel Token's like, you should all eat shit. Fuck you. Yeah, eat a dick. Where's my money? That was the Tokon stream. This stream, guys, I love you. Yeah, didn't get any support, but it's okay, man. I love you.
So it evens out. It's okay. But I want to make it known. My content is dictated by how many people show up, engage, and support, because I'm a public... Can't take real talk from someone. If I don't say those things and I just lie to my audience or I'm dishonest and there's no transparency, that's far worse than me...
You're not lying if you don't say something. Yeah, no one's gonna think that $70 is enough to live off of. No one is saying that. You can't live off of $2,000. We understand that alone isn't enough, but we also understand. I mean, if you remember the rest of the week, that you made a lot of money, so maybe you don't need to be ungrateful for one stream being slow, and you could just be happy with what you have, right? And that's the same with the Tokon stream. He's saying, well, I understand that I have a slow stream. Okay, if that's the case, and all this stuff, then why talk about this stream being slow then? He never, he never, approaches any of his streams as, yeah, this slow, well, maybe it's gonna be better next time. He has to, say it out loud so that you may think about it, because he doesn't think that you're aware. He thinks that you're gonna watch the stream, see it, he made $70 and think that he's happy with that. And he never needs money ever again.
To me being honest. So if you're someone who's a pussy and you can't take real talk from someone, leave. I'm not a fake. I'm not a butt kisser. I never have been. I never will be. I'm very transparent with my audience about how I operate. So wouldn't you rather have transparency than lying?
Wouldn't you rather have transparency? Well, it's inconsistent. Because here, you're saying it's okay you made $70, while the other one you're saying it's not okay, you made $68. Again, the tone is very different, and it's a $2 difference. He is arguing with the chat because they're saying oh, you should be grateful for what you have, and it's I argue that he is grateful, but he's just saying that he would like to get more money or whatever. That $70 is fine. It's okay to have the slow stream. But the tokon stream, he said that it's not okay, and where was the support? Like, it really, like, none of these stick. None of this sticks. He could say all day on Sunday how he fucked up and he shouldn't have yelled at his audience about Tokon all day and all this other bullshit, but it means nothing, and in the crux of it, because he'll just rant again. He'll crash out yet again.
And, being underhanded, Some people can't take it because they don't like being talked to in the real. They want everything is like a pussy-footed, rainbows, unicorns, kiss your butt kind of a deal. There's a lot of streamers that are like that. I'm not one of them. I'm just a real dude. And that's why I'm here after 18 years. If I was a fake or a phony, I'd be a sellout bitch, and I would make no...
He was a sellout. Like, he LARPed. I mean, by his own account, he cased the casino, pretended to be a drama hound for them, and then took the money and ran. That is being a fake and a sellout. You sold out your own morals to make a quick buck and then dropped it the moment you didn't want to do it anymore. Like, that is being a sellout and being a fake. He'll always say, well, I didn't change. I just did it for that one time, but it's okay. Okay, what? Logan Paul take a picture in that Suicide Force one time. Should we keep questioning his character ever since? I mean, of course we are gonna shit on Logan Paul for doing that, or was it Jake Paul? Whatever. Those fuckers. Regardless, because it was awful what he did, right? But he pretended to be a drama hound. Oh, but no one got hurt. Oh, well, that's different. One is very egregious and, like, it is more severe. But it's the principle, I'd argue. It's the principle. It's because he keeps saying that he's a man of the morals. He brags about his morals. He brags about his principles. He dogged on a lot of people that did the same thing he did. And he did it anyway. So, like, and that makes it worse, in my opinion. That makes it way worse. If you brag about not being something and to not even have the self-awareness of it. Like again, it's one thing if you were to do that, let's say, but you had the knowledge or the capacity to say, "Oh, that is kind of fucked up. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That is terrible. Oh man, I'm very sorry." Being genuinely remorseful over it and then acting upon that. That is one thing. But to do it and not to even not even acknowledge that is insane. Rich even called it out to his face and it didn't register to him. He's like, Phil, you lied about your wife and family? And his response, not only that, I had to be the bigger snake. You think that's a thing to brag about? Like, it's kind of fucked up. And he's like, yeah, I'm not like these phonies and I don't do this. And this is the part that is like the most car salesman thing to say. That when they want you to buy something, like, yeah, man, I'm not like these other dealers. I will never would do this to people who sign a car with me, man. You want a car? I'll give you the best deal. I'm the real deal.
No genuine content, and I'd be basically a shill. That's the way to go. If you're gonna,
your content's not genuine. You're not a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. You said, I'm not buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I'm not a fan of it. He buys them anyway. You never cared about cards, buys them anyway. You're not genuine. You're not genuine. You don't act genuine. Get out of here.
if you're gonna do that, you have to kiss everything's butt. You have to be a fake and a phony, and you'll be a shill. And there's plenty of people that have been.
And again, this is like the mentality that I think is like kind of like a poisonous mindset to have. When you see someone say something positive and this, sure, like, you know, there's a lot of stories that are very interesting when it's like a person goes to like a very positive village, but underneath the smiles there's something sinister brewing and all this other stuff. But at the same time, like, you should not be distrusting of people who are just positive. Like, I understand that some people may be like, you know, I don't know, no one's like this perfect or this happy, sure, but like, I feel like a lot of people just assume immediately that people just can't be nice to each other. Like that's immediately distrusting. And I'm not and that's not to say that if someone's nice to you, you must 100% trust them. Like that's not what I'm even saying. But if you watch a video and a guy is like happy and he's like, "Oh, I think people should love each other," and this and that, that's not really enough to be like, there's something fucked up about this guy. But if the guy's like, "Yeah, I think everyone's great. Now give me your social security number." Like, yeah, that's a little like fucked up. I'm going a little extreme on that, but you know what I mean? Like, just the act of kindness is not a reason to be suspicious. To be suspicious is when the person starts saying things that you wouldn't say to someone else, right? But like, you're not gonna go to someone and just be mean immediately, or tell someone, "Hey man, you look like shit." No. I mean, like, you don't have to be 100% brutally honest with someone, but you don't have to be like fucking an ass kisser. But you could be positive and be like, "Oh man, that's a nice shirt." And you may not like the shirt, but saying that's a nice shirt is not like an egregious thing to say. Like, it's just, he acts like that. He acts as if the only, that, in order to be honest, you have to be negative and critical. When honesty can also be nice and kind. You can be honest and be nice about people. Like, you don't have to be critical of things and or anything. Like, he acts as if like, "Well, I'm being honest. That's why I'm bringing up support." No, you don't have. No one's saying that he should lie about his support and say that his support's great. No one's saying that DSP should say that $70 is a great support. What they're saying is that he should just say if he's having a good stream, it's a good stream, and then move on from that. Because I don't think people are gonna stop supporting him if he says that he likes his streams or whatever the fuck. Because guess what? The people who support him, they don't care. They openly say they don't care. It's like the same thing with the WWE champions. If he admitted he played the game and he was or whatever, that's one thing. But people kept hounding him because he kept lying about it. And his audience kept telling him, "We don't care, Phil. Just tell us." And he was like, "No, no, no." Because he thought that they would stop supporting him. Because and that's a lie. He lied to his audience before. And he's saying, "I'm honest." Yeah, so what was the 4 years of lying about WWE champions? And he's gonna say, "Well, I came clean about it during the June documentary react." Yeah, but you don't just get trust back immediately because you admitted to it. You have to earn it. If I lie to you for like 4+ years, or just even a year, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a year, right? If I kept lying to you directly for my benefit, and then I were to tell you, "Oh yeah, by the way, I lied to you," are you gonna trust me the second I tell you that, or are you gonna expect me to prove to you that I'm not gonna lie to you again? That, like, I don't have to do a grandiose gesture, but you're not gonna trust me overnight. You're gonna be like, "Oh, like, okay, well, thank you for bringing that to me." I mean, that's kind of fucked up, but that, then you have to like kind of like prove that you're gonna grow from that. Like, it's people like DSP that kind of make people think that no one can grow and change from past behaviors, but people can grow and mature. DSP doesn't do that because he takes for granted the power of apology, where you say like, and again, Howard and Rambo literally pointed this out. He will say sorry just so that people can move on, and that's what he does. He does it all the time. He banned Derek so people can move on from talking about him, not because he thought that what he was doing was wrong. And again, he broke the bare basic bitch ass rules of spamming, and he still kept them in chat. That's against his chat rules. Everyone else got banned and moderated for spam, but Derek, and he never did. He never banned him, and that just like was a low stake ban he could have done, and he never did. And that thing kept ballooning since then, because he could have been banned before people found the playlist, by the way. Like, the playlist kind of didn't help things. It made things worse, but he was defending him even before that. So it didn't matter. Like, you can say whatever, honestly, at this point, because it's, Derek and DSP situation is what it is. But he kept him there, and every time people would bring him up, even Tola brought it up, he was like, well, I don't care, whatever. And that's not because he doesn't care. And as I said earlier, he doesn't care about how he's perceived by his audience, how he treats his audience. He doesn't care. He takes them for granted all the time.
I've been very successful doing that. I chose not to. I chose to be real. I chose to be someone who stood out from the pack, and I'm successful doing it. If you don't like that, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it, but I don't care.
I don't care. Alright. Okay. Sound good? Okay.
Would I ever do a shirtless milestone goal? Yes. In fact, moving forward, all everyone.
Where is it? Where is it? Because I think it says at some point.
So, Hellman, thanks for 500 kisses. Go all king based outro. Yeah. Plus, I had extra time to kill anyway. Thank you for $5, Hellman. I appreciate that. I mean, here's the truth.
Whatever.
Those who support me, do you not agree? Like, people who support me like that I'm honest. They like that I'm real. People would much rather know that I'm not going to do the DLCs for Dark Souls if I don't get support than to have me just stop playing the game. Because that's what other people would do. Just stop playing it and never address it. Why'd he stop playing? I don't get it. Well, I'm telling you why. I'm literally telling you.
Again, he's saying this, like, okay, if you stop playing Dark Souls 2 or whatever, or drop Tokon because he didn't get support or whatever, he doesn't say anything, then the next week comes around and says, Phil, where's Tokon? He could just say, actually, I dropped it because, like, no one liked it. There was a game, oh my god, what was it? Because there was a game somewhat recently that he just stopped playing completely, and then, like, he was like, you guys notice something? I dropped the game and no one seemed to care. You noticed that, right? Something like that. He did that, and no one cared. No one literally cared that he dropped the game. And now it's like as if you dropped the game, everyone would stop what they're doing and, like, demand an answer. As if you'll care.
How to get what you want. If you like Dark Souls, support it. If you liked, Pal World earlier this week, you should have supported that. That's how it works. People are supporting certain games in droves, and they will get a lot more of those games. It's not rocket science, but it's very much transparency, right? But people can't handle that. They really want everyone to act like a fake and a phony. And that's the other thing. They actually believe that, like, these people who are the biggest successful streamers care about them. You are an idiot if
Here we go. This is it.
And that's the other thing. They actually believe that, like, these people who are the biggest successful streamers care about them.
First off, when people, like, get to that point, it's on them, right? Like, it's not the streamer's responsibility to, like, tell people that they're not their friend or whatever, because the streamer is just streaming whatever. Like, they don't owe it to the viewer to, like, tell them their boundaries. Like, they should know better, right? Like, if you watch a streamer, you should know, like, hey, they're just a person that's streaming, and, like, yeah, they'll, like, respond to chat, but that's it, whatever. But this guy is saying this, like, yeah, these people think, like, that's on them. That's not on the streamer. The streamer doesn't care. But this guy will literally enable parasocial behavior with his audience. That's why he talks about reciprocation. He talks about how they have a meaningful relationship and all this stuff. Because he thrives on it.
You are an idiot if you think that. If you think that one of these giant successful streamers cares about you, absolutely not. To you, you're just the person who rains the money on them, the wallet. My streams, I love hanging out and interacting with you.
But that's what DSP is. That's how he treats his kick chat. That's how he treats his kick chat. they're just there for people to give subs to. Like, that's why he has that. Future Stepdad is that person. Like that's why when a whale shows up and a whale starts being problematic in his own community, he doesn't know how to deal with that. Like, again, Only Iced Coffee literally bullied Kevin Bernstein and threatened to dox him, and DSP kind of joined in to bully Kevin Bernstein. Like, Kevin Bernstein literally got bullied by a whale and DSP together. Like, Kevin was like telling Phil, all I see is like threatening me, and this is like really fucked up and like creepy. He'd be like, "Shut up, bitch! Deal with it." Like, that's how DSP handled that. He didn't ban OIC for that. Like I don't think any other streamer would appreciate just a viewer doing it to another viewer. But DSP allowed it to happen. He got 220. He acted helpless to ban him, so he kept him around, and that's all he is to him. He's just a free wallet. He was being very parasocial with ICS. Like, he has had numerous issues like this.
With you guys. Why do you think I stayed a few extra minutes now to have this conversation with you? I love hanging out. I love being honest and transparent and chilling. I love the conversations we have. That's why I do a podcast/morning show every day. Despite the fact that idiots yell at me and say, don't do that, I do it anyway because I love it. You know? Do they do that shit? No.
Oh my god, I didn't pick up on that little
podcast/morning show every day. Despite the fact that idiots yell at me and say, don't do that, I do it anyway because I love it. You know? Do they do that shit?
See, this is like that like parasocial car salesman. You think other car salesman would give you a deal as good as mine? As you guys can see, I even gave you a cup of coffee in a nice mug. You don't know this, but I usually drink from this mug. I gave it to you. And like this pen, this is a special pen. Now see that other dealer over there? They don't give you the deal I'd give you. I'm gonna give you a good deal. It's gonna be amazing. I'm also gonna give it a special wash. Like, it's gonna be crazy. My manager told me like I should charge this much, but I'm gonna charge you this much instead. It's gonna be between you and me because I'm real. People love buying cars from me because I'm a real dealer. Like, I know the cars. I know people want cars, and I know you want a car, and you want the best car. And like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna give you a car that's perfect for you. It's gonna have the best mileage. It's gonna have like amazing interior. You think they're gonna do that? No. You think that other dealership is gonna do that? No. You got me. I'm gonna give you the best deal. Like, that's DSP. That's what he's doing. And I have seen other streamers do a hangout session with their chat. And I'm just gonna say it. They are probably more chill to talk to their audience than DSP. And you'll notice that they're not sitting there doing this. They're not doing that. I'm telling you that much.
No. But that's what people want. They want big fakes and phonies and weirdos who just are there to literally get that bag by any means necessary, whether it's a sponsorship that they could give two shits about as long as they make money on it, whether it's shilling.
That's what DSP did. That's exactly what he did. And, like, come on.
Product, you know, getting everything paid for. Yeah, I'm sure that the guy who got flown across the country to go to a promo event for a new game and played it 3 weeks early and put out special videos about it, I'm sure they really genuinely like that game. Not that they're getting paid for it or anything, right? But that's who you like, right? You want the fakes and the phonies. You don't want someone real like me who does things fairly, who does things transparently. Can't stand that. Oh, I hate DSP.
This is dumb. Again, like, they're just saying stop whining, basically. Basically, they're saying for him to stop whining. It's like, no, whining is being honest. Like, no one is saying that he should lie to his audience, but he does lie to his audience, so it doesn't matter.
But we love this big-ass fucking YouTuber.
And again, we gotta dog on other streamers. so that we can prop ourselves up. He cannot prop himself up by his own merits. He can only prop himself up if he shit on someone else. Like, come on, dog. Come on, man.
I'm not stalling. I'm just stating my point. No one's going to contribute right now. It's fine. The stream's over. Well, now I said that, and Hellman gave me 2,000 kicks. And no, I wasn't stalling for Hellman to give kicks. He says, we love your honesty. You do have fans. Never forget that. Thank you, Hellman.
Dude, they're talking, again, they're talking like he's a toddler. Like he's a fucking baby. Or like he was about to like jump off a bridge. And they're like, oh, no, Phil, don't do it. We love you. You have fans. Don't do it. Like it's, I've never seen anyone talk to people like this outside of DSP's community.
You, Hellman. Thank you for that. I wasn't expecting you to give me 2,000 kicks right there. That's crazy. Thank you. What do you mean lie detected? No, not a lie. I didn't think anyone was going to contribute. I'm just being real with you. Okay? That's hilarious. You haven't ever gone out of your way to help a fan. How would you fucking know? How would you know? Do you think that if I went out of my way to help a fan and it was public that it would help the fan? No, my trolls would harass the fuck out of them if people knew. That doesn't mean that I don't talk to fans behind the scenes, that I haven't done stuff.
But he could say he helped a fan. He doesn't have to name the fan though, right? But also, like, he can't help a fan. He has no know-how. And he did help a fan. He helped Kat. He told her how to use OBS.
Done stuff with fans behind the scenes, done stuff for fans behind the scenes. You just don't know. The truth is, it's none of your business. Why don't you mind your own fucking business? Again, your opinion is irrelevant. You're no one. No one cares. You are the waste of time. Holy shit.
Like, I just think the help that he does, that he helps fans out with the most, is, get this, unbanning them. I think that's what he's talking about when he says, I help my fans out by getting them unbanned in his chat.
Hellman did another 500 kicks. Let's get to 100. Now these people will say, I'm an alt for OIC or ICS.
Oh my god, Hellman, don't worry. You're dented enough.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Hellman, for all the support today. That's amazing. For the 2 seconds I'm still here, I'll put you up on the leaderboard.
Okay, it's been 2
showing
seconds.
that you did that 2,000 kicks. And yeah, technically that means tonight we will do 1 pack of cards, okay? There you go. We'll do 1 pack of cards guaranteed on tonight's stream. I hope we'll do more, because I actually, like I said, I want to finish the 3 packs that are left. And if we do that, there's a bonus pack of Japanese that I'm also going to include. So I would absolutely love to do that.
Yeah.
On tonight's fighting game stream. Okay? Oh, James, I want to play Lost Odyssey really badly, but the
I don't care.
Initiatives to make games on previous consoles that people aren't supporting, and then I'm real. And by the way, for the record, one final thing, because I'm about to take off. Do you see what happens when I stop doing things that people aren't supporting, and then I'm real? So what happened the other night? I'm playing Pal World for an hour. Everyone's bored to tears. I stopped playing it, and within an hour of just hanging out, I made a ton of money. People loved me hanging out, talking, interacting, being real with them. That's what they like. I literally stopped playing Dark Souls and said, man, it sucks it was so slow. I hope that it'll pick up next time. And then I'm real with you guys about it because people are trolling. And then I make a lot of money because I'm real.
Why didn't he have this attitude with Tokon? Why didn't he say, hey, I'm real. See, I love you guys.
That's what people want. They want truth. They want reality. They want transparency. They don't want fake shit because smart people actually want real. Dumb people are too stupid to know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help stupid people. But I guess, you know, if I attract enough intelligent people to make a good living, I guess that's good, and I've done that. So I'm happy where I am. Okay? We hit 100 likes too. Well, that's excellent too. Thanks to everyone who liked the stream, and we hit 100
All right.
stream, and it will.
Okay, I think that's it. There's nothing else to talk about with this. This video is way too long. I'm not watching the daily wrap because it just kind of says the same shit. Like, you know?
Taste of Yu-Gi-Oh cards here. Yeah, the Samurai Outriders, which is Ghost Rider. I died a bunch, but I did get it done. So the entire night, all they did was spam the chat saying, why aren't you playing online?
There is something I wanted to bring up. Hold on.
Why aren't you playing online? Why aren't you playing online? This is boring. Why aren't you playing online? Well, guess what, folks? This game has online competitive play. That's true. I already had tried some of it earlier in the day. However, this game has, like I said, arguably one of the best stories I've ever seen. I think I have the right to enjoy the story because I paid for the game. I want to enjoy all the content of the game, or else how could I fairly tell you my opinion on it? All right? Also, in a fighting game, especially one like this where I'm not good at it, I'm not versed at it, this isn't Street Fighter where I have an installed, level of understanding and experience under my belt where fundamentals can carry me. In this game, it's totally different.
Yeah, that's why when
he
went back to Street Fighter 6 a few times, he went back to the lab for Honda, Blanca, and all that because he has a pre-installed knowledge
about it. I can't just jump online. I'll just lose. Literally, I'll just lose nonstop. It wouldn't make sense for me to play online. I don't have a chance. Okay? So,
yeah, check the data.
I wasn't going to just play online regardless. Like I said, my plan was to play this episode, beat it, and then go online with that team. It didn't work out that way because it took 2 hours to beat the episode, and we were out of time. Okay? But people were so toxic that at the end of the night, I went off on them. Saying they are basically a waste of everyone's time, that if they went away, no one would care because they're just toxic people who sit on chat with no lives, being nasty and negative for no reason. There was no reason to make the chats bad tonight. It was awful. It legit was. And it upset me because here I am just trying to make good content.
Hey, what did he say?
It's being nasty and negative for no reason. There was no reason to make the chats bad tonight.
There was no reason to make the chat bad tonight. You just said you wanted to do online and you didn't do it, so they were like, where's online? And what? Like, okay. Let's just go to a random part. Did he ever address
what is going on? Oh.
You're here. Into the boiling.
See.
Okay, a real fight.
You didn't even talk to the chat. Like, it's almost at the point where I'd almost argue, like, there was no point talking about
it was
the chat.
awful. It legit was. And it upset me because here I am just trying to make good content, enjoying it for what it is, and I have to put up with this crap. Okay? So, yeah. Now, here's the thing. Moving forward, what do I even do? Because in order to ever get good at this game, I have to practice, meaning I'd have to go into training mode, okay? Or I would actually have to do the character actual walkthroughs, because each character has like a training walkthrough teaching how to play with them. I have to do that. There's no way I can play a new fighting game like this, not understanding the characters, and magically learn the game. But if I do that, is everyone just going to come back and complain and say, this is boring, we're not going to support the stream, and we're just going to complain the whole time? If so, then I guess I can't play Marvel Tokon anymore. I'm just being honest. Like, at the very least, what I want to do is I do want to play the 3 other episodes. Each one is probably 2 hours long. But I need people to buy in, positive people who like my content, to say, hey, we'd like to be there for those, because if you're saying the story is interesting, we want to be there, that's cool. We'll hang out and we'll support that. Okay? But right now, after playing it all day and after the toxic night I just had with idiots on stream, I'm taking a break. So I'm already off for 2 days, but I'm
taking a break. You were taking a break anyway. I hate when he, like, makes it sound as if, like, he canceled something to make a break when he already had a break planned. I hate that so much. It's, like, kind of petty, but I hate it. It's like, dude, you were taking a break anyway. Get over yourself.
I've decided I'm not playing Marvel Tokon again until Tuesday of next week. I'm giving it a big break.
He decided this before the crash out. And he's like, yeah, I decided all these people were negative, and I'm going to have a big break. I'm going to play it Tuesday. Even though he was going to play it Tuesday anyway. Like, that's what he planned anyway. He wasn't going to play it Sunday.
Big break after playing it all day today. So here's the deal. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Saturday. I return on Sunday, and it's going to be Level 1 Podcast, Assassin's Creed, and Pokemon. On Monday, it's going to be a morning show, Dark Souls 2, and Final Fantasy 6. We will return to Tokon as the daytime stream on Tuesday. Hopefully by then people will cool down, and I will have convinced some people to please come by.
I will have convinced people to come by. That's what I wanted to highlight. Because, man, it's kind of fun. I don't know, it's just funny. I'm going to convince them to come by and support. Like, isn't that just you telling them when you're going to stream the game? What do you mean by convince them? Are you going to, like, shake them down? Show up to my fucking stream!
And support the offline content that I need to do to be able to play
Support
this game
the
eventually
offline!
online.
How is there...
Sorry, that's just how
are you going to convince them, Phil? This isn't a winning... I'm not convinced. Convince me.
Okay? I need to play it offline before I can go online, period. Or else I will never get good at the game. Now, I'm also disappointed because I had all these new cards and everything lined up, and we didn't do anything tonight with them because of the toxicity, right?
Again, we're back to blaming the toxicity for why we didn't do anything with the cards. No, it's just the support. Like, again, he's conflating the support with the chat behavior when it's like, he has gone whaled out when chat was toxic. He got, like, all kinds of stuff because of that, right? Or whatever. Because, guys, get this. I know I said this before, but I don't think the support is tied to how people act in chat. I just think the people who support show up on some days, they don't show up on others. Because that's just how life is. They can't attend any stream. You'd think he'd know this, but he acts as if that never happened. Like, this is a brand new thing for him.
Right? The toxicity of the chat. People got turned off. No one was supporting. What am I supposed to do about that? Nothing. Nothing. I put out
nothing. You could have. Why didn't you ban the chat then? And he has gotten paid before because of it. Phil. Oh, thanks for the 200 kicks. Okay, I'll look into it. And then he banned someone. But why didn't he ban them? Again, this is what I've said about the kick chat. Why doesn't he just ban the people misbehaving? But then what happens is, then the chat's gonna revolt. And why not just ban them too? Like, it doesn't make sense that he doesn't want to ban anyone on kick. Like, it really doesn't. And to have it be the rowdy chat is, like, a really stupid decision. Like, I don't care about, like, well, he was on the Kino Casino, whatever. Like, you're gonna ban people when you stream. Like, it's just, that's what happens. But he conflates, like, because people were calling him, like, he has a Nazi chat and this and that. But they were calling it that because he would ban people for, like, saying, wow, Phil, you're fat. Wow, Phil, goutfoot, or whatever. Like, those are petty things to ban someone, but if someone's just, like, spamming and just being annoying, you can just ban them. And even then, guess what? People are always gonna bitch about you banning them. Like, that's just what happens. So you either have to stand by your decision to ban them, or whatever. But he doesn't want to ban anyone. He only wants to ban them if he's forced to.
A good stream tonight. Some people seem to enjoy it. A few support it. But I can't make people like a stream when everyone just seems to be programmed to think that fighting games must always be online competitive play, even if you don't know the game. And it's complaining constantly about it if you're not getting what you want immediately. I don't get it. This is why I was actually very apprehensive about getting the game, because this is not Street Fighter. This is not Tekken. I don't have a basic understanding of it to jump right in and kind of know. I need to learn. It's going to be a slow process, right? I'm a variety guy. I'm not an FGC guy.
But, like, the process of him learning Tokon is the same amount of time he takes to learn Street Fighter. Like, again, you watch him play Alex. Watch that content. That stream was, like, hours of training. Then he went online to then drop Alex. Like, that's how he does things. But he's insisting on this, like, it's a slow process. You do that with every fighting game. Again, his baked-in knowledge and fundamentals of Street Fighter doesn't help him very much when he still struggles even in that game.
I can't really just, play it a million hours. No one's going to care. I'm going to have a series of dead streams. I can't do that, right? So, I do hope that everyone will cool down, that when I play it again next week, we will get a positive crowd for me to probably do more episodes and maybe try some of the characters in training and go from there. And eventually, if I get online, great. And if I don't give a shit. Because I'm not going to put up with toxicity. I'm just not. Like, it actually, tonight, that behavior, actually has turned me off from wanting to play the game competitively ever. Like, I might just
Yeah,
never
so I
do
was
it.
gonna blame the chat when everyone knows, like, he wasn't gonna play this game. Like, you think he's gonna be playing this on Friday Night Fights in September? Dude, you'd be lucky if you played it Friday Night Fights for the rest of August. That game is gonna be gone. We're gonna get Unkslop fighters forever. Like, I'm sorry. That's what we're getting. Until, like, Capcom, like, removes the games.
Do it and just do the episodes and say I'm done, because I don't want to deal with that nonsense. And the chat has actually been very nice. All other streams, everything's been going good. Why do I want to now have that element on my streams of people just being toxic and nonsensical and nasty because I'm not playing this game online, right? So I guess we'll see what happens next week. All right, I want to say thank you. This week overall was very
Okay, then the rest is gonna be glazing. So let's go through the comments. We have seven comments. I'm gonna sort by newest. Oh, DSP loved this comment. Oh, but he didn't reply to it. Have a good weekend. Oh my god, that's such a okay. Whatever. According to let's start with PP Burnell. According to Phil, you need to overstudy to learn the meta. There was the era of Discovery that was apparently better. Side note, aside from needing to go to an arcade, how is this different? I'm successful. Also, according to Phil, the game is easy to play. Cut complaining about button mashing and only needing to press one button to win. I only got $60. What happened? Nightstream was a perfect example of why people don't like you and continue to troll. Hell yeah, PP gets it. Nothing here. I agree on fighting games. Funny thing is that is the same for TCGs. Not collecting, but playing TCGs. Every time there's a new set within days, people have already determined what the top tier cards are and what decks will become the new meta. So you go to a local league or play online, and everyone is pretty much playing the same 3 decks. If you wanted to casually play the game with a non-meta deck, you're screwed, and it's not fun losing all the time. I mean, when you buy cards, like, don't they tell you the effects of the cards? Like, I don't know, whatever. Okay, I mean, this is a stupid post, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck. You definitely broke TOS on your night stream when you told people they wouldn't be missed if they died. Okay, he said finger snapped. He said this is not going anywhere. This is like reporting a TikTok channel for saying Minecraft or grape or something when you know what they're talking about. You know, like, this isn't TikTok. But even then, like, you know, he's not actively telling people that. You know, like, whatever. And say you won't be missed is, like, not really. I know what this guy's doing, you know, to be completely honest, but, you know, people should not be blowing the TOS thing up for this. There's other things that he has done that's more TOS, but it's not technically TOS, which is bullshit. You're so freaking toxic. It's honestly sad. It's so freaking toxic. You're so fucking toxic. It's honestly sad. I want so bad to see you change and improve, but time and time again, you proved that you're never gonna change. Not every detractor hates you. Some of us wish you'd just stop with the toxic manipulation you keep pulling every stream. I hope you can open your eyes, Phil, and actually look in the mirror. It's kind of crazy he approved this comment. That is kind of wild. Wasn't like, but okay. OMG, Phil. The only toxicity is you droning on and on about only making $60. Shake my head. There are some people who would appreciate any type of support in this economy. Not act ungrateful because no one wants to send you money and call these individuals toxic and nasty. It's just sad, my brother. Be a decent person and just play the games. Like, the thing is funny, like, this is the same shit that people, like, talk about when they talk about War Dog Leader and all this. Like, DZ welcomes this by, oh my god. By how he acts, right? Like, the War Dog Leader thing, instead of just taking War Dog Leader as his word, because again, you can't. How can you prove or disprove if what he's saying is true or not? And it might be more like normal to be like, oh, damn it, like, sorry about that, whatever, instead of like accusing him of lying and then building like all this stuff. So when you're going on these negative tirades about this, like, you're gonna be welcoming like people saying you should be you should not act ungrateful. It's like, well, I'm just telling you what it is. But like, when you act like that, that's what people are gonna type, right? Anyways, let's go on with this next comment. It's wonderful to see you flourishing in TCG content. Just some suggestions. Yu-Gi-Oh cards are game pieces and have no hype. Oh my god, dude. Gleaming Gold, Smaug is hype. Tokon is an Arxis game. Don't play it like a Capcom game. Have a good day off and keep on ripping. Okay, so that's what he commented. That's the comments. Is there any difference in no? Okay, let's look at Cleo. Remember Cleo, guys? Remember her? The original, the OG Big Bun. You made it this far in the video, you get Big Bun approval. She may not be with us anymore, but her memory lives on. The Red Cup Annihilator. The Carrot Fiend. The Bun with the Tude. Cleo. Cleo the Bun. Alright, see ya next time.